Well, good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to Wednesday Afternoon Live with SaleenDriver, me, and whoever else decides to show up. We don't know who will show up or what kind of mood they'll be in. And of course, we'll open up the StreamYard a little later and find out who's here. Let's see. Well, chat room is starting to populate already. That's a good thing. Let's see. Floridian is here. You want to know if I was awake? Dude, I don't sleep. I'm old. My body won't let me sleep. uh, well, I didn't miss my own show, so no problem. Rick Sanchez is here. No, I'm not alive, sir. I'm a reasonable facsimile of myself. Caleb is here. Colby's here. Pizza Woman's here. Coke Zero is here. K Dog. The dog fan for life. I'm sorry for your loss. Battle Angel's here. That can't be a bad thing. The question on everyone's mind is Battle Angel driving somewhere? Because it always seems that when she gets on my stream, she's in her Prius, driving around somewhere. So, you driving somewhere today, Miss Angel, or are you in place for the moment? I cut on my hand. I didn't know that. Anyway, what's going on this afternoon? I hope you all. Battle Angel says she's not driving at the moment. Uncle Lou has popped in saying he's finishing up editing on a video, but listening in the background, though, into an all Sue. Okay. Boy, Uncle Lou's spell corrector must work overtime. It really, really has to. Rick Sanchez says he's almost died 4 times trolling me. Me? Why would you almost die 4 times trolling me? You must be talking about somebody else. I'm not worth dying for. Let's see. I hope you all caught my video this morning. I did a update video on our friend Keith, the Big Vol Daddy. Good afternoon, Steve. How you doing today? Keep the videos coming, sir. So, not Sue. Okay, my bad. Just to recap real brief in case you missed the video or you didn't watch it and you're supposed to be watching my videos too. You watch Uncle Lou's videos because he tells you to. You got to watch my videos because I tell you to. I am, after all, King of the Jews. You're supposed to obey me. But evidently, because I got a message from Wilkie, or Waikiki, as Lou is fond of calling him, that yesterday, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before, and he was just telling me yesterday, BVD was moved to Knoxville, hospital in Knoxville. No, Lou, the update that I was there was no update. No, Lou, there was legitimate news there. Anyway, Uncle Lou, BVD has been moved to a hospital in Knoxville. Oh God, what was it called? Wait a minute. Did I manage to capture that? No, I guess I didn't. It's in the description of the video. Hang on, I'll get it. You know what? I'll just get it real quick. It'll only take a second. Lou says he moved on Monday. Okay, well, I didn't find out about it until yesterday, Lou. So what can I do? Nobody tells me anything anyway. I don't get any respect in this community. So whoops, wrong click. Let's see. He was moved to Turkey Creek. Yeah, Turkey Creek Medical Facility, Turkey Creek Hospital, whatever, in Knoxville. So he has been moved out of Greenville to a facility with hopefully better to treat him with, better therapies available, et cetera, et cetera. I left a link to the hospital in the description of the video I made this morning. Maybe you can contact them. Maybe they'll tell you his condition over the phone or whatever. I don't know what their policy is, but he has been moved. According to Wilkie, he was somewhat responsive. He was, because Wilkie was there visiting him, and he was responsive, according to Wilkie. So that's good news. He was slurring his speech, but obviously, he's able to talk. He's able to recognize people. So at least his brain is functioning. That is a good thing. I don't know what the status is with his pneumonia, with the infections and everything. Maybe Lou knows more than I do. He usually does. He claims to know more than I do most of the time anyway. So let's see. Rick Sanchez is leaving. Okay, well, I doubt it, but he says bye, so I doubt he's really leaving. Big Lee's here. Good to see you, sir. Oh, Jesse's here. What's up, you beautiful motherfucker? Raj and that. Colby's here. Good to see you. Let's see. Sleeta's here, Sports Live in the ATL. He's eating lunch. We'll join your stream if I post a link. I always post the link. I'll do that sooner rather than later. Big Lee says he watches Uncle Lou because of his blood pressure. Usually people who watch Uncle Lou's videos have their blood pressure elevated, which is not a bad thing. Which is a bad thing. So, okay. Let's see. Big Lee says Uncle Lou lowered his cholesterol. Well, I relied on Pravastatin to lower my cholesterol, sir. Let's see. No, Lou, I didn't watch the Monday morning show because I was at an appointment during the Monday morning show, and I can't stream a cell phone during an appointment. Yeah, that's on me. But, I get the news where I can. Maybe I should be watching your morning shows for BVD updates because I'm supposed to. So that's on me. But again, Lou keeps saying that he knows more than I do. So, once again, he proves me right. Yeah, Salita, it's the same thing. I get information about BVD from Lou. I've gotten it from Carter. I got it from Wilkie. I've gotten it from D4. I got one update, a little bit, well, not an update, but some information from Kayla once. So, I get it where I can, and then I report it, even if it's been repeated a half dozen times. I feel an obligation to all my friends that if I learn something, I'll share it, even if it's already been shared. I don't know why Lou is fond of the caps lock today. That's kind of unusual. Yeah, Lou says I get respect on the Rodney Dangerfield level. Yeah, that's probably true, but I would love to have Rodney Dangerfield's money level. That would be nice. No, that's true, Floridian. They probably won't share patient information based on HIPAA. That's HIP. I thought it was PAA, but I'm not sure anyway. Nitpicking. How did we swerve into a constitutional debate about masks? I'm glad I missed that. Yeah. We'll just get rid of him because I know what's coming with that ID. Let's see. K-Dog says, I told my wife I guess I'll be doing all my shopping in Jackson, Barrow, or Oconee counties. Then I'm not putting the mask back on. Okay, good. I hope not. Yeah. Let's see. Lou says Constitution doesn't say anything about clothing or mask requirements. Anything not laid out in the Constitution is deemed to be state or local authority. Oh, gee, that's nice. Lou believes in the 10th Amendment. Calling me surprised. Yeah, I think there should be more states' rights than less, my friends. Definitely. Michael Hogue is here. I'm doing all right. Appreciate you asking. Let's see. Lou says there are places in Augusta where you can't wear a hat, so I don't go there. I don't have a constitutional right to wear a hat. It's up to the business. Yeah, it's up to business, not the government. But yeah, everyone's telling Lou to stop yelling, but Lou is Lou. Rick, I don't have to do either if I don't want to, but so I don't want to. But so now the vaccine thing, that's my business. I don't want to wear a mask. I'm not required to wear a mask in the state of Florida, which is run by adults. And, that's that. K-Dog says Athens wants people to wear masks again. Well, Athens is a college town. There's the only explanation you need right there. Let's see. Lou says, I'm not Cajun. I didn't think you were. I don't know where that came from. Lou says, I'm using my 6-inch voice. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Rick Sanchez, you're half Cajun or Cali Cajun, half new. Oh, okay. Ballard's here. Good to see you. Let's see. Ballard says he's been swiping on Facebook dating today. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Anyway, real quick, while I'm waiting for the next silly thing to drop out, don't forget at some point during the chat, please click that thumbs up button, or if you're a troll and you're listening to me and you're impotent because you can't comment, don't definitely click that thumbs down button. Do whatever you want to do with that. Please just click one of them. So that helps me with the algorithms and such. The super chat function is at the bottom of the chat window if you want to use it. Of course, never required, always appreciated. And I have the PayPal link for myself. I just put it in the chat window. If you want to contribute that way to the channel, again, never required, always appreciated. Just, whatever you want to do. I appreciate you being here anyway. I mean, lately I've been, the number of people in these chats has been going up and up. I've been getting over 30 at some points during the chat. That's pretty good. What is this with the hats? I mean, are there literally stores in Athens or places in Athens that won't let you wear a hat? In the South? I mean, come on, man. That doesn't make sense. Razorback fan number 1 is here. I didn't see you come in, sir. Good to see you. Let's see. Matt K is here. Good morning and go Gators. Yeah, absolutely. Go Gators. Always good to have another Gator fan in here. I seem to always be inundated by dogs and gumps and the like. I don't get a lot of Tennessee fans in here. You would think I would get, more variety, but it's mostly Bulldogs and Bama fans that are in here. I don't get a lot of the other, well, Tigers too, especially if Tiger Cat shows up. Let's see. Ballard says his grandparents are encouraging the vaccine due to me going to school, but not because of COVID, but other diseases. Don't know where college students have been all summer. I guess. Well, you're living with your grandparents, Ballard. I mean, you might want to get vaccinated just because you're living with people who are vulnerable to the disease. But again, that should be your choice and nobody else's, and nobody should be mandating that choice. Big Lee says he's fully unvaccinated. Again, that is your choice, sir. Let's see. Floridian says I will contribute for a huge discount on one of my Zelos. The thing is, though, I'm not going to be selling any Zelos in the near future. So I just got an alert from PayPal that Slita has contributed. I appreciate that, sir, very much. He says, just because, Saleen, and then smiley face thing. So thank you, my good friend. Appreciate the support. Floridian says War Eagle. You didn't see that coming. I never saw that coming. Really never did. Gator Zone says Whitmore for Heisman. Hashtag Whitmore for Heisman. Okay. Not sure who that is exactly, but Matt K says he identifies as fully vaccinated. Pizza Woman correctly says my body, my choice. Bama Banker's in here. I didn't see him come in. Where did there it is. Ballard. He says Ballard, the vaccine is only for COVID. Ballard, what I've been led to believe is the vaccine covers multiple strains of COVID. So unless I'm wrong, you get the vaccine and you're covered against the original and then some of the variants as well. Yep, that is true. That is true, Jesse. Tyson Foods just mandated that their employees get vaccinated or get to step-in. So that's not good. I'm not a big fan of that. Lou just put up a video, North Carolina preview and prediction. That should be interesting. I'll watch that after the stream, of course, like I'm supposed to. Floridian says his son and daughter-in-law went to Auburn. They both work for Auburn, and my grandkids will also go there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm sure they'll get a good education there. Too bad they won't be going to Florida, but it is what it is. Hell, one of my daughters is going to University of South Florida instead of University of Florida. I'm good with that. She'll get a good education there as well. I'm not worried about that at all. Let's see. Let's see. Did you? Well, Raj. I mean, you pointed out the Tyson Foods thing. Did you hear about Comrade De Blasio up in New York City? He's basically said that they're going to require I guess they call them vaccine passports, starting like now, but they'll start enforcing the law or rule or whatever it is in September. If you live or work or visit New York City, you have to provide proof of vaccination, or you can't come. You can't eat, you can't go to a show, you can't work there, you can't do anything there in New York. Now, to me, New York City is a shithole, and I'm not going there anytime in the near or distant future, so I don't care. But I think this sets a bad precedent, and I don't think It would be interesting to see a court challenge to such a rule. I don't think government has this authority to require that to that level. I know there are vaccine requirements for going to schools and things like that, but I'm not sure if New York City isn't overstepping their bounds on this one. That might be an interesting court case, and see how many injunctions get filed so that never gets enforced. But we're heading for some interesting times. If we haven't already figured that out, my friends, we're heading for some interesting times. Let's see. Let's see. Well, Gator Zone, if you're going to New York, you better make sure you have some kind of proof of vaccination if they start trying to enforce that rule. Or they won't let you out of the hotel. They may not even let you in the hotel. They may not even maybe they'll set up checkpoints at all the bridges. Wouldn't that be interesting? You have to drive up to the bridge, drive up to the bridge entrance, and a little New York State trooper says, "Papers, please. Where are your papers? You must have papers to get into the city. So where are your papers?" Interesting times. Interesting times. Yeah, K-Dog, I heard the same thing about the Walmart gift card. They're doing all kinds of things to incentivize people to get these vaccines. I just, leave people alone. Let them make their own decisions. Let's see. Jesse says Gainesville, Georgia is the chicken capital of the South. It supplies 75% of the chicken to surrounding states, so get ready to pay $20 a pound for chicken. What happened in Gainesville that chicken prices are going? I love chicken. What happened in Gainesville, Georgia that chicken prices are going to go up? I don't get it. Let's see. Let's see. Something about chicken wings. Okay. No more chicken wings? Oh, no. Oh, Ballard's going to make a stinger. Okay. Yeah, make a stinger of the Jewish guy doing a German accent. That should be fun. At least I'm wearing pants this time, so we appreciate that. Sea-Dog is here. How you doing, sir? Amanda Gacho? That's a new name. Haven't seen that name before. So good to see you, ma'am, or sir, as the case may be. I'm not judging. But what's going on in Gainesville, Georgia, that there's going to be a chicken shortage? Somebody tell me this, because evidently I missed the comment or the story that says that there's going to be a chicken shortage, and that's going to really affect the way I eat, because I eat a lot of chicken. So if there's going to be a chicken shortage, I need to go stock up, don't I? Of course, I don't have the biggest freezer in the world, so I might be in big trouble. Okay, it is. Amanda is in fact a lady. Okay, and good to see you in here. I always appreciate new faces, new names in the chat list, but I always appreciate new faces. Jesse points out that Tyson runs Gainesville and all the hatcheries and the other plants around too. Okay, but that still doesn't tell me why there's going to be a chicken shortage. I mean, did a whole bunch of chicken farms burn to the ground or something? I mean, let's see. Some Shady Canes is here. Good to see you, sir. Rick Sanchez wants to know if I prefer Inglorious Bastards or Schindler's List. Well, I've never seen Inglorious Bastard, so I don't know what the movie was about, or I don't know anything about the movie other than it had Brad Pitt in it. Schindler's List is, to me, one of the all-time great movies in cinematic history. I think it should be required viewing by every high school senior in history class. I think some of what's going on out there in the world is because we aren't teaching history properly. And I think that movie needs to be shown to high school juniors and seniors. No earlier than junior. It's a very harsh movie to watch. Jew or Gentile, it is a hard movie to watch. Trust me. If you haven't seen Schindler's List, if you walk out of seeing Schindler's List and you haven't cried at least 3 times, you probably have no soul, quite frankly. But to me, Schindler's List is one of the all-time great movies, and everyone should see it. Everyone should learn so that the phrase never again means something to the people who've seen that movie. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Lost Aggie. I appreciate that. He liked my German border guard accent. Yeah, we need to see the papers because Comrade de Blasio has dictated that no one will be in New York City and the surrounding area without a vaccine passport. So we need to see your papers before you enter the city. Yes, Amanda, I am a good cook, actually. Okay, Rod said because over 50% of the workers, I'm assuming he's talking about the chicken farms and such in Gainesville, Georgia, are illegals. So I guess we've shifted to talking about illegal aliens and the possibility of them being deported. Well, okay. What is Inglorious Bastards about, Rick? I mean, I'm not going to watch a movie unless I have some idea what it's about. Kevin, you need to watch Schindler. If you own Schindler's List, you need to watch it. I just, my recommendation. No, Rick, I haven't seen The Pianist either. What is this? A movie quiz all of a sudden? I don't even know what The Pianist is about either. Let's see. Okay, so Inglorious Bastards was about killing Nazis. Okay, well, Schindler's List was not about killing Nazis, but yeah, well, okay, well. Selena must have finished lunch. It's me, not you. Funny. Okay, well, I try and be funny. Let's see. K-Dog says 1917 was good cinematography, but the story was stupid, and those 2 soldiers were pretty stupid. Jeff Webster is here. J-Dub is here. He says, I drive past enormous chicken facility all the time on I-35, but they don't kill the hens there. They take the eggs. No. I didn't know they had chicken farms in Iowa. Who knew? Anyway, I'm going to drop the link to the StreamYard because why not? See who comes in to chat. There you go. I didn't see Munich either, so. I had a late breakfast myself. I accompanied my younger daughter to the doctor, and then after the doctor's appointment, we went out for a late breakfast. Pardon me. And I had a Belgian waffle. It was delicious. And yes, Um, I had sugar-free syrup, which wasn't bad. There we go. Hang on. What's up, Salita?
Prayer for our friend, man. DVD thinking of you, brother. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Evidently, the news I put out on
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah.
yeah. Evidently, that news was old news according to Lou.
Well, you want to know what though? And if you and I are held in the loop and nobody contacts us, and we got to rely on videos, we do have a life. So, we get when we. You know what I'm saying?
I try to make those streams when I can. What's up, J Dub? I try and make those streams when I can, but on Monday I had an appointment. I had someplace to be, so
No, I just listened to. I pretty much just get the info when Carter pops on a video. When Uncle Lou does his morning show, I peek at it before I go to work, and I get the gist of it. And your stream, like I said, nobody contacts me, and I'm not going to beg nobody. So, it's like, Keith's a good friend of mine too. So,
yeah. Battle Angel got it right. Yeah, I guess that was pretty much brunch for me and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good place. Good place around here.
Hopefully he's doing better. That's good.
Well, according to Wilkie, or if you know him better as Uncle
Waikiki.
Lou calls him, Waikiki.
Yeah.
But according to what Wilkie said, he was he was moved. So obviously, you're not moving a patient that you just had 3 surgeries and pneumonia. You're not going to move a patient like that unless they've stabilized to a degree.
Yeah.
So that's a good indicator right there. And Wilkie said he spoke to BVD, and BVD seemed to be able to process conversation and talk back.
I saw the video. I saw the video with BVD talking briefly, man. It broke my heart to see that, but I'm glad at least he's still with us. And
I mean, speech is a good brain process test, if you will. So the fact that he was able to hear somebody talking to him and then respond, even if it sounded like it took a lot of effort, at least he was able to do that.
Yeah.
I see Chess is in here. Good to see you, sir. My parents are doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
And I missed something else here.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep talking, J-Dub, so I said what I needed to. So go ahead, bro.
No. It was good. It was good. I was just going to add on that the fact that he was able to respond shows that he's got his cognitive skills, and those will just improve as he gets better.
Yeah. And the fact that they moved him to Knoxville means that he will be able, once they get him some strength and stabilize his blood chemistry and his oxygen levels, they can start working on therapy, which, I said in my video this morning, I'm not deriding Greenville and their facilities. I mean, I don't know exactly the size of I've never been to Greenville, Tennessee. I'm assuming it's a fairly small town. They've got a medical facility, which, hey, a lot of small towns don't. And they've got some doctors and nurses there that were obviously trained pretty well, and they saved BVD's life. I mean, they got him through 3 surgeries. They got him in bad shape, stabilized him, got him to the point where they could move him, which, it's not easy to move a patient in that condition. Yeah. So I'm thinking Greenville did a hell of a job, and I bless him for that. But it's really good that they moved him to Knoxville, where he can now work on the process of getting the therapies he needs to get himself out of the hospital.
Yeah. Can I say this before y'all talk? I'm doing stuff with my car. So while I'm cleaning my car, is it okay if I stay in on the cam, or do I have to be?
No. Go ahead.
All right. And Chess, congrats, man, on your marriage, my dude. Congratulations. All right.
Are you going to fire up? Wait, are you going to fire up a vacuum cleaner?
No, I already did it.
Okay.
No,
if you're vacuuming, just mute the
No, I did the vacuum. I know I got the armor all. I'm going to do the inside and then just back the car back out. So.
No, go ahead.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Chess is engaged to be married. I think I was one of the last people to find that out. But hey, happy for him. Yeah.
Saleen, you were. I don't want to go necessarily back to it, but you were. I can't not let Schindler's List go by without saying something.
Go ahead.
It's one of 3 times that I can think of as an adult man that I have had tears in my eyes in a theater. And the scene that brought the tears to my eyes, out of all the scenes in that movie that you would think would induce the tears, was the girl with the red coat. When you see her on the back of the wagon with the rest of the dead bodies, and you know that she didn't make it, and it's the only, Spielberg has deliberately made her the only color in the entire film. That just tears you up when you see that. So that brought me to tears. I was brought to tears during the crucifixion scene in the Mel Gibson movie, and then also, believe it or not, I was moved to tears at the very end of the Shawshank Redemption. There was myself and 5 other guys. There were 6 men in 3 groups of 2 watching that movie on a Saturday afternoon matinee. And when Morgan Freeman walks down the beach and you realize, by God, he made it. It's going to happen. They're going to see each other again.
But JW, let me ask you this: Are you still wondering when the hell they're going to make another one to find out what happens after that? I've always wondered, what happened after. You don't think so?
I hope they just kind of leave it there.
Why? That would be cool as hell. I've always wondered that.
Well, out of the bets here, that's good. Good to see you bet.
Hey,
I got to tell you, the scene that hung with me the longest in Schindler's List, other than the end part where they showed all the survivors, the people that he saved and their descendants and everything. Obviously, that was beyond powerful. But the scene that really hurt the most was the one scene where the 2 German officers were discussing a bet they had, pulled 2 random people out of a work pit somewhere, stood them back to back, and then one of them shot one of them through the head. Ooh. And it went through one and then the other, and then he said, "Yeah, I told you so." And it's like,
that's crazy, man.
I almost threw up when I saw that scene because
it was very powerful at the end when it says that there are 4,000 Jews left alive in Poland, but there are 6,000 descendants of the Schindler Jews. It kind of ties into what he's saying when he hands him his ring, when he quotes the Torah, that, or the Talmud, he who saves one life saves the world entire. He says there will be generations because of what you have done.
Yes.
What's up, Ballard?
Hey, what's up, Slaughter? What's up, everybody?
And it comforts me to know that in Israel, Schindler is regarded as a hero.
Isn't he considered?
It gives me comfort, and it gives me belief in humanity to think that and to know that.
Hey, Saleen, Afizzle production's pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I already booked a hotel. Stay tuned to the channel. On August 13th through the 15th, I'm going to be up in Columbus. It's around his area. we're going to do some stuff from Hooters up there and some clubs up there. So we might do a live or something either on mine or his. So if you get a chance, just peek it up and stop in.
I will.
Bring
And we're
wings.
going to get some ladies, people. It's not just going to be a sausage fest. Shut up, Alan.
And Slim Shady Canes probably expresses this the best. If they try and make a sequel to Shawshank Redemption, I will go to Hollywood and go on a killing spree.
No, I would love to see it.
I think I will go with Slim Shady Kane for that for two reasons. One, I think the movie ended just fine, and two, I'm really not a big Tim Robbins fan. No, really not. No.
I would want to see how they got along in the real world after so many years in prison. That's all.
Well, that might be interesting to see too. Let me catch up on some of this stuff. Oh, by the way, Ballard, I'm still very disappointed in you.
What the hell did I do?
Yeah,
you put up a meme with the word. Well, I can curse on my channel. You put up a meme with the word "fuck" on it.
Oh, on what? The
on Facebook.
Prince.
Ooh,
because I was on his channel the other day.
To my Christian friends, okay?
No, I was. Hang on a second, Ballard. I want to give the backstory here real quick. I was on Ballard's stream the other day, having a little fun, and I was dropping a few F-bombs here, and then he puts up a little blurb. I don't know if it was only for me or for everyone to see. He says, there's no cursing here. No cussing on this channel or something like that. So so for the rest of this time I was on the stream, I censored myself.
Now the F word in this meme was blurred out. That's fair.
Only one letter was blurred out. As I said, we can read between the asterisks. So today I get on Facebook and I see a ballot is posted on his Facebook page, and as far as I know, it's still there for anyone to go see it. It said something about fuck this or fuck that, and it had the letter U asterisk out. And so I posted on there. I said, Ballard, I'm very disappointed in you.
Ballard, you got to find out, sir.
I would never. Listen to me. I would never put that on my personal Facebook profile because that's where all of my friends and everybody I know could view that. So what do? I share it in a group where I don't know any of these people.
Oh, I see.
And it's college football smack talk anyway. You know what I mean?
Big Lee, anyone, Jewish people can cuss. We don't have any problem with cussing. If you are Jewish and you keep kosher, you don't eat pork products, you don't eat shellfish, because those are considered unclean animals. So
can I share? Here's the meme if anyone wants to know what it was.
Now, wait a minute. Uncle Lou says a comment similar to that, which I'm not sure what the comment was, got catfish shut down for 6 months. So I'm not sure what comment Lou is referring to, but okay.
What, the catfish? Tennessee Vols catfish? Him?
I'm not seeing what I don't know. What comment is Lou referring to? They'll get Catfish's channel shut down. We could get me shut down. Oh, don't shut me down, please. I don't know. Lou, help me out here. Oh, Slim's okay, Slim Shady's comment. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a good thing. Oh, wait. That's
this
the
is
one.
What I shared in that college football trash talk group.
Yeah, okay. So for anyone who's looking for, he shared this meme in the college football trash talk group on Facebook, and right there, it says fucking, and that was shared in public to
a private group
by Christian Ballard.
Ballard, ooh, I'm disappointed in you, sir.
Shut up, Slitta.
So,
you got a foul mouth, sir.
So Ballard,
like you didn't cuss your Falcons out last year.
I never use cuss words. I have a clean mouth. I'm just kidding. I got a lot more ready. Trust me, I'm not done yet. Fucking butt.
Okay. Okay. Looks like Slim retracted the comments. So thank you, Slim. But I don't disagree with what Slim said, but I thank him for retracting it. Hopefully, I'll put that link in there again. Hopefully, I won't get struck. I don't think I will. You never know. So, what else is new? I was speaking of what something Slita said. Thank you, Slim. I appreciate you doing that because we wouldn't want YouTube panties to get in a wad, which they often do. But something Slita said earlier about Carter being one of the folks that was putting up a lot of updates about BBD. I, as far as I know, I'm subscribed to Carter's channel. I haven't seen him put up any videos in many days.
He put up something last week or a couple of days ago, I thought.
As a matter of fact, let me do this. Let me find Carter's channel real quick. Hang on.
And while you're looking for Carter's channel, Ballard is finding some more cuss words to start talking about.
How did you know?
Because I'm a genius. That's why.
Let's see. Last video
from a girl
Carter put up was, and I am subscribed to it. Last video was 4 days ago. It was WTF Friday with Crangus.
Do you have
last DVD video we put up was 5 days ago. So
did you click his notification though?
Yeah, I always click notification.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Carter. He hasn't posted in a while. Hope he's all right.
That I saw.
That's not what I said. That
yeah, I hope Carter's okay. I mean, I know he's taking this whole Chess says Carter has COVID. Are you kidding?
really?
Oh my god.
Carter, man.
I hadn't heard that.
Man.
I just Chess says Carter has COVID, and then K Dog backs him up. Carter has COVID again. Yeah, Carter had COVID once, so he got it again. What is going on with this community? Is falling apart. Y'all need to start taking care of yourselves out there. Me included.
I take care of myself.
I want to see all you people at the Slob Olympics. I don't want to see a bunch of people. Start taking care of yourselves, man.
Exercise, stretch.
Hell yeah.
Stop cussing.
K-Dog was asking a question. He wasn't making a statement. But according to Chess there in the comments section, Carter has COVID. So are you waxing or are you just quick detailing?
I'm just dusting off. But what I need to do is I'm going to take my car in soon because you know the headlights got that gloss on it. I can't seem to get it off, so I'm going to have them take it off and clean it on the inside. I think it's the inside deal.
Yeah. Plastic headlight. The plastic headlights just go to shit. Yeah.
Somebody said you could use water and vinegar. Is that accurate?
No, water and vinegar. What it is when headlights on modern cars turn yellow. What it is the clear is the surface plastic is deteriorated because of the UV rays and stuff. What you have to do is you literally have to get you have to sand it down.
That's on the inside.
And then on the outside. You have to sand down the outside and then polish it out and then clear coat it. They make kits for that, but half the time the kits don't work worth a damn.
Celine, one time I tried the kit and it worked for a little bit, but it didn't take everything off. It's like it's embedded on the inside, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know what I end up doing? I end up buying new headlights off of Amazon and putting them on. It just, my time isn't worth, an hour per headlight. I mean, my time's more valuable. I'd rather just spend the extra money and put new headlights on.
What do they normally cost for one for headlight?
I don't know. It depends on the car.
2008 Dodge, probably.
Well, you want me to look real quick? I'll do that.
I would say probably $60 a piece, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. 2008. 2008 what?
Dodge Avenger.
Oh, popped that right up. Must be listening to me again. Let's see.
Toothpaste.
What?
Yeah, toothpaste doesn't. The toothpaste is not.
That won't do you jack
It's
squat,
not
bro.
gritty enough. You can buy a pair of replacement headlights, chrome bezel compatible 2008 to 14 Avenger for $135.
Is that total?
Yeah.
That's even cheaper than what I thought. That's probably what, like, what, 65?
You can buy one for $70.
Yeah, that's pretty much good. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll look into that, man, because I mean, I've had this for like 8 years almost.
And free shipping.
That's cool. All right, man. I'm gonna turn the motor on, put it on mute, back it up so I don't bother your stream.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Yeah, so for most cars out there, it's not terribly expensive to replace the headlights. I mean, like Ford Power Strokes, the modern ones. I mean, a pair of new headlights cost about $1,000. That's insane. But a pair of headlights for, say, my vintage Mustang, under $100 for a pair.
Uncle Lou in the comments says they need to hurry up and invent a COVID vaccine. They've had that since before COVID was released.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, we're gonna get the patent on it.
We count. The one thing I always appreciate is I can always count on Uncle Lou for the pithy comments.
Right.
Let's see.
I mean, aren't we practically out of this pandemic in a way? I mean, you just don't see much news on it anymore.
No.
Honestly.
Lost Aggie says, I'm wondering if this commentator Texas T Sip Central is a troll account or a real Texas fan. Is there somebody with that name in here? I didn't see him.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm counting on my mods to make sure it doesn't get out of hand in here. Rick Sanchez says D4 doesn't have COVID. He's too big to fail. D4 a big boy. Trust me on that one. Let's see. Cheshall says, Colby, I'm in a group chat in the morning. Wood crew, so I know what's going on with BVD at all times, and Carter and D4. Well, that's great, Chess, but why don't you make a video or two updating us on the condition of BVD then? That would be nice, Let's see. Leroy Jenkins says, I fell in line and got my first dose last week. Well, good to see you in here, Leroy. I appreciate that. Lost Aggie says they need to approve one for elementary kids so they can start school healthy. That's true. The current crop of vaccines are not recommended for children. Children under 12 or something like that?
Well, you also got to think it doesn't really have much impact, and it's not really hitting the younger generation.
No, but they say the Delta variant is hitting younger people a little bit harder than the original variant is.
I missed that news.
I've been putting up memes on Facebook, basically making fun of the Delta variant, saying, they're starting the 2022 election season scare tactics early this year. So,
hey, Saleen Ballard, AW, I got to go. Some things to do, but I want to say, hey, man, everybody keep supporting Saleen. He's a good dude. He's a non-judgmental individual. He has great content. Support his channels. By the way, I did share your channel And I did a plug for your channel on my Twitter. Ballard, keep doing your thing. Stop cussing, sir. You need to stay G-rated. And pray for BVD. Pray for BVD, Keith. Man, you're in my prayers, my friend.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate all the kind words.
See you later.
All right, JW. Take care of yourself, brother. All right, man.
And I know that Salida is on the route to 3,000 subs. He's working on that real hard. If you're not already subbed up to Salida's channel, please consider doing that. I mean, he's more focused on pro sports, especially Atlanta area pro sports. But his streams are very entertaining, and let's help him out. Me, I'm still trying to get to 2,000. I'm close. I'm close. I'm within 30, 31, 32 subs of getting to 2,000. And I'm going to be doing a good giveaway. I've got a giveaway already set, ready to go when I hit 2,000. So if I can get there, I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to be giving away some watches. And yes, I said watches.
Yeah.
I got 3 watches to give away.
Even though
look, one of them's a real good one.
Nobody, I know for you, this excludes SaleenDriver, obviously, but nobody needs more than one watch. But I'd like one of what he has. You have a pretty good collection, and this Citizen brand is it's been working.
Well, whenever you decide you want to, invest in a watch or two, something dressier or more businesslike or a sportier watch or whatever, you just, drop, we're friends on the Book of Faces. Just drop me a PM and say, hey, I'm looking for this kind of watch. I got this amount of money to play with. What do I do?
Yep.
I did that for Uncle Lou about this time last year. He ended up buying like 4 watches, like bang, bang, bang. And I know he really loves that big white one that I recommended for him, that G-Shock. And then he goes and picks up a watch that I love. I love it's a Bulova. I think it's a Bulova Precisionist.
And did you just say you're full of
No, Bulova.
Oh, okay.
I'm full of something. I mean, just ask my ex-wife, right?
Yeah.
I should be talking about ex-wives with Chess in here. He might get scared. Oh, but Uncle Lou says he's about to hit 40,000 subs on his main channel. Hey, congratulations, man. I mean that. I remember joining Uncle Lou's channel when he was under 10,000. I'm not going to say I was one of the OG subs. I mean, that's stupid to say that, but I remember his channel was a lot smaller and a lot less of a footprint than it is now. So, it's great. It's great to see. And Lou, publicized my channel, got me a lot of subs too, got me over 1,000, got me monetized. So I've always been very appreciative of Lou and BVD. Not going to minimize BVD's help. And there were a couple of watch channels got me there too. So definitely. Turn your camera on, please. Don't. I mean, it says Uncle Lou there, but turn your camera on. Make sure it's you.
It's Happy House.
God, I hope he's not in the happy house.
Tit pit is closed.
I'll put him on anyway. I'll take the chance. No.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's him.
Oh. No.
Let's see. Yes. Floridian says for a new Zelos, I can push you over. Well, you can go to zeloswatches.com, buy a new Zelos.
I didn't get you any subscribers, though.
Yes, you did.
Well, no. All I can do is tell people who you are.
They have to
Well,
then they go there and watch, and they make the decision to subscribe or not. So you're selling yourself short when you say, you know, you have to take credit for that because well, take Chess Hall for example. I've been sending people to his channel for a year and a half. And not very many of them subscribed, you know.
Yeah, well, that's true. But you also did give me good advice, offline mostly.
Yeah.
Good tips, good advice. I took them all to heart. Used most of them. A couple of them weren't really applicable, but you know, I think the best advice you gave me, and I've actually given to other people. I repeated it. Most recently, I think I repeated it to Colby. Was the schedule thing. Upload and put out videos on a schedule.
Oh yeah.
And make your channel about something. You know, if you're going to be a streaming channel, be a streaming channel. If you're going to be a video channel, be a video channel.
Right.
But your channel is both, and my channel is sort of evolved into both.
People love the TV Guide channel. You know why?
TV Guide channel.
Why?
It tells you when everything's coming on. You don't have to guess. Nobody would watch Friends if they never knew when it was coming on.
Fact.
Yeah, I believe the first time I ever heard you say that, where you were on it was a video, not just me and you talking, but I think you used that exact example. It said if nobody knew when, you know, Friends or whatever was coming on,
Right.
nobody would watch it.
Yeah, if Seinfeld came on Thursday at 9 o'clock, and then next week it came on Wednesday at 2 in the morning, and then the week after that it came on Saturday at noon, you get frustrated and quit watching.
Yeah, that's
Don't
true.
subscribe.
Dave, I appreciate you doing that for me. I do appreciate that, sir. I really do.
Hey, I have a funny nose story. Can I tell it?
Yeah, please do.
Okay,
and good to see you, Colby.
Hey,
so there's two gas stations equal distance from my house, basically right across the street from each other. One of the gas stations, gas is always like 5 cents cheaper, and most of the things that I would ever buy at a gas station are cheaper in there.
Yeah.
But at the other gas station across the street, where gas is more expensive and the things that I normally buy are more expensive, they have a rewards program. I don't even know what the rewards program is or what it's for, but when they ring you up, before you can stick your card in the card reader, a question pops up on the card reader machine that says, "Are you a loyalty member? Yes or no?"
Right.
I go to the more expensive gas station every single time just because I enjoy pressing no.
and that, my friends, is Uncle Lou in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something too. I wasn't able to come on earlier. I was finishing up a video when y'all were talking about Schindler's List and the Holocaust stuff. But I don't know if this particular thing has ever been depicted in a movie or not. But I mean, the list of things that they did to the Jewish people it's unbelievable. Read up on some of the stuff they could never show in a movie. It's just way too some of the things they did. But at one of the camps out in the woods, just on the outside of the camp, they cut a clearing out in the wood and they built a human chessboard. And they would grab how many is it? 16 chess pieces, 8 across, right? In 2 rows. Right, yeah. Right. They grabbed 32 Jewish people. They'd march them out into the woods in the middle of the night and they'd line them up. And you'd have 8 pawns, and, king, rook, knight, queen, all that stuff on each side. And the German guards would play chess with the Jewish people. You move here, and then the other guard would have his team, and he'd say, okay, you move there. And whenever you took a piece, which in this case was a human being, the guard would walk up to the Jewish person that took the other piece, the other person. He would hand him a pistol, and the Jewish person would have to shoot the other Jewish person in the head.
It's fucked up.
Or you know, if not, the guard would shoot. You know, you do it, or I'm going to shoot you. And if he wouldn't do it, the guard would shoot him, and they'd have a replacement Jewish person ready to go. It's that kind of sick
depravity.
That's what they were doing for entertainment.
Yeah. It's what happens when you see your fellow human being as no longer human. And I think in today's society, that element is lost, where a lot of people don't see other people as equal to them or human or whatever adjective you want to assign to it. And I think a lot of problems stem from this.
Yeah, I mean, a million sociology studies were done after World War II about, and listen, I think every single person involved in the camps should have been punished and probably put to death.
A lot were and a lot weren't.
Right.
Did you see there was a news article I saw today online somewhere that in Germany they're about to put a 100-year-old man on trial for atrocities during the Holocaust.
Oh, no, I didn't hear about that, but good. Wow. If true, good. But it's a lot easier than you think to convince a group of people to do something that initially you would think is undoable. And a lot of it is sort of gang mentality, you know, like you see a lot more group fights than you do one-on-one fights in general. Yeah. You get caught up in what's going on or whatever. And I'm not making excuses for what they did. It was there is no excuse for what they did. But the human mind can, I'm not a sociologist. I can't explain it, but it's a lot easier than you would think to convince a group of people to act, you know, like just in a way you would never think people would act. It's not as hard as you think. You know, it took Hitler 4 or 5 years to convince the German people that Jews were the cause of every single problem known to man. And once you convince people of that, it's easy to get people to kill them. It's easy.
I want to read a poem that I heard many years ago, real quick, that explains what you're saying perfectly. This was created in the it was a German pastor named Martin. I can never pronounce his name right. Niemöller. It was written in 1946. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. The German people only supported the Nazis at about 30%. There was no majority wave to bring Adolf Hitler into power. He did not have the majority of the support of the German population, but he came to power nonetheless. That's very important.
He tried to overthrow the government.
He did.
He failed.
The Reichstag
and was imprisoned.
Yeah, initially, but
and then they let him out.
Yeah, and they let him out, and then he was elected.
You don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it.
Right.
Trying
and then don't forget, he was actually
democratically elected government is not a good idea, is it?
I'm sorry.
Trying to overthrow a democratically elected government is not a good idea. And if you try it and you fail, what should the punishment be?
It depends on what era you're in.
Well, should Hitler have been let out?
No, but he was given he was imprisoned.
Got people
That's
here.
why he wrote Mein Kampf, by the way.
Got people here trying to overthrow a democratically elected government, and they failed.
Oh, God's sake!
What's up, Jeff?
I think JW about ready to go off.
Now he's going to speak.
There's JC. What's up, man?
What's up?
I know you're talking about January 6th, but
well, and the 6 months before that, it took 6 months to convince people to do what they did.
Well, they were also rioting.
You can't come out on a random Tuesday, and
but there was also rioting
to do what they did on January 6th. It takes a long time. Hitler didn't imprison the Jews the day he got in power. It took him a while. He had to convince the people to go along with it.
Yes. Propaganda works, unfortunately.
Yep, sure does.
Especially when you're dealing with an uneducated or undereducated populace.
Well, you're singing my tune.
Yeah, but this also swings on both sides of the political spectrum. I mean, what was going on in the summer of 2020 was being done on the left side of the spectrum. January 6th is on the right side of the spectrum. I mean, the sword cuts both ways, Lou. That's all I'm saying.
Which of the riots in the summer of 2020 was trying to overthrow a democratically elected government?
Well, they were trying to
burning down an AutoZone. Burning down an AutoZone is not the same as trying to overthrow an election.
I don't know, that autonomous zone that they set up in Minnesota and the one that they set up in Seattle, seems to be a pretty good effort at trying to.
They didn't overthrow any government; they just created their own. Who did they overthrow?
You can argue that they're trying to overthrow the government by excluding them from parts of a city and saying the city officials and the city law enforcement can't come into this section. It's ours now. That's I can argue that that's a form of trying to overthrow or,
Didn't Peter Griffin try to do that?
Say what?
I believe Peter Griffin tried to secede from Quahog, didn't he?
I agree with Slim Shady. George Washington rebelled against the government too. Now, what would have happened if he would have lost?
He probably would have been executed. Everyone signed
the
Declaration of Independence. That's why the winners said what was it? The famous
the villain. That's how history works.
Well, history is written by the victors.
Right.
And what did they say? We will all, we will all hang together, or we will surely hang separately, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
We pledge our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Yeah, every one of those men would have been hung as traitors to the king had the American Revolution failed and they'd been arrested.
Facts.
Yeah.
Or
so
George,
when they were putting their
as the leader of the revolution, had George Washington failed, he could have just moved to a compound in Florida and let everyone else get arrested.
True, but back then Florida was not a state; it was still part of. It was still Spanish territory.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying.
So he could technically he would be fleeing the country.
I think you know what I'm saying, though.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, when they signed the Declaration of Independence, pretty much those 54 men were signing their death warrant, or what could have been their death warrant.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they believed in something greater than themselves.
Don't forget. don't forget, and I know this because I've taken a couple of senior level classes on colonial America. There was at most a third of the American population at the time who were. Now there were probably more than that who were in favor of the revolution, but who were actively supporting the overthrow of the British crown. At most a third. And a lot of those were New Englanders and not in the South. Most of the South did not want to rebel.
Yeah.
Oh, Will Thorogood, whenever you come into one of my streams, you can expect anything and everything and nothing.
Mostly anything, though.
Yeah, mostly anything.
It's like nothing is kind of reserved for Monday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday night is Monday is reserved specifically for a show about
Raj. Raj is the what do you call it? The copyright expert or whatever it is. I'm getting a little tired of you using the nothing thing. I may have my lawyer send you a cease and desist letter on that.
Me?
Yeah, you make a lot of references to your show being about nothing, and I've just about had enough.
Okay, well, can I use a different verb? Can I use different verbiage to communicate the idea of my show being about nothing? Can I say it's not about anything in particular?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's kind of an
Wednesday
ephemeral.
Afternoon Live with SaleenDriver is a show about nothing in particular. No.
What
It's a show about.
I got it, Saleen. I got it for you. I know what you need, Saleen.
What do I need?
Right behind you on the wall, up above the tri-doors behind you. You just need a blinking sign that says vacancy.
Hey, Uncle Lou, how you doing today, sir?
We're not filling up the show with anything. The show has vacancy, rooms available.
What evidence?
The show
Ohio
is
State is scared to play Purdue.
Because Purdue is the only team in the Big Ten in the last 15 years that has a winning record against Ohio State.
Okay, but Ohio State doesn't schedule its conference games. This conference schedules the conference games, not Ohio State.
I know, but I'm just rubbing it into some Ohio State fans that's on Saleen's stream.
Oh, I got
you. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, sir?
Hey,
I got a question. Being that you're from Ames, Iowa, what made you decide to go to the University of Alabama for photojournalism?
for the 5,000th time, I am not from Ames, Iowa, nor do I live there.
Mr. Jack Trice.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Springfield, Illinois.
This is hard.
Okay.
I became interested in the University of Alabama when my parents divorced and my father moved 3 blocks from their campus when I was in the 8th grade. Across the street from my father was the then retired secondary coach for Bear Bryant, and the man who was at the time in charge of Tide Pride, which is the alumni association. He helped me, quite frankly, because of his influence. I received quite a bit of financial scholarship help if I chose to go there. And it was go to Eastern Illinois and do the same thing, or go to Alabama and do the same thing, except Alabama was going to pay for half of my college.
Okay.
Easy choice.
What was wrong with the University of Illinois at the time? Because back then, did they have a pretty decent photojournalism school or journalism school?
At Illinois?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, I didn't have the grades to get into Illinois.
Oh, well, and then how'd you get to Alabama if it's strict, if it's harder to get in there to get into how'd you have the grades to get into Alabama then?
Alabama, if you can sign your name and the check don't bounce, they accept you.
Oh,
that's how high the academic standards are at Alabama.
Oh, wow.
You sign your name. Is your check good? Welcome to Tuscaloosa.
Okay. Hey, Uncle Lou, about that video you made about the Pac-12, the SEC, and the Big 12. It was so funny. I laughed for an hour afterwards.
Yeah, I had fun with that one. Some of the pictures I put in there were pretty funny.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back and watch it later.
The Big Ten schools that are hard to get into are Northwestern, Illinois, and Michigan. Those are the 3. Everybody else has this big academic reputation, but their qualifications to be admitted are not that impressive.
Oh, Alabama!
Yeah, but I was just wondering, it's like that.
Well, I can't play stingers on my show. We might as well do it for me.
Well, Alabama! Yeah, that's Alabama is a long way down on the hard to get into. Now, I do know that their law school is exclusive, but that's graduate school. I'm talking about an undergrad. You're going to show up and take freshman level classes. Yeah, you got a good check. You can sign your name. Welcome to Tuscaloosa.
Alabama.
Battle Angel said, "Let's not open up that can of worms again." What can of worms is she talking about? And then she goes silent on me. Is she driving again? No. Hey Lou, what's it like to ride in a Prius?
It's not bad.
Yeah, okay. I've never been in one.
Oh, lady, how about you shut
Ballard.
What?
Did you play that?
No.
Who played that?
That was Ballard.
Yeah, that was me.
Ballard, you're cursing again. I'm very disappointed.
No, that was Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou cussed that time.
It doesn't matter. You still played it. It's in court of law. You're still guilty by association.
Slim,
Ballard made like a
something.
6-minute video. Ballard made a 6-minute video telling people they could no longer cuss on his channel. Then he shows up on everybody else's channel and cusses.
Yeah, he called me out for that on Wednesday. What was it? Monday? Calls me out for that. It's like,
what? Nothing.
Yeah, he called me out because I said that Auburn smelled like a shit pool. I said, you guys. I said, you don't have to know where the campus is. You just get anywhere near Montgomery, roll the window down, and you figure you've got to be within 10 miles.
Okay, Battle Angel explained the can of worms, whether my show was about anything, nothing, or something. Well, we've established now that I can't say it's about nothing because Lou will sue me out of existence. So
I'm hitting X on all of these. Sorry. Thinking out loud.
So my show is now about it's about, what do we say? Anything in particular or nothing in particular?
It's about whatever.
It's about, okay, my show is about whatever. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Like that. Yeah, whatever.
Like Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, I was saying between baseball, football, and basketball, which one of the three sports do you least like to shoot?
Do I least like to shoot?
Yeah.
Probably baseball.
Did you ever do anything with the Barons?
No, never. I've never worked professionally in Alabama.
Slim, say something so I know you're alive.
Did you know a Prius will get 40 miles a gallon doing 90 miles an hour?
So what?
Facts.
I found that out.
I think she said when she drives on the interstate, it gets 80 or 90 miles to the gallon.
I got to give a Prius that much.
No, Battle Angel, I was not talking about the way you drive. I don't know how you drive. I assume you're still alive, so at least you know what you're doing. But it was more along the lines of Lou drives a Mustang normally, and he jumps into a Prius. I'm wondering, how that felt. Neo's here. Good to see you, sir.
I have to say, I was startled about a week ago when Chess went live when he was driving back from Tennessee and driving on the interstate, and that was a very disturbing thought. Thinking of Chess driving because I know his he can only see side to side about 15 degrees. So
Raj out.
Ooh, Raj is going in.
Oh my god!
Ballard, typical hypocrite, goes to church and then cusses and does drugs, drinks alcohol, fornicates with himself. But come on!
I don't
man.
drink alcohol. Come on.
Of all the things on that list, you pick out alcohol.
He was doing all that.
You jerk off.
He was doing all that at the same time. That's why
worried about alcohol. Come on, man.
I'm in a hole.
No, K-Dog. I did not call Battle Angel a bad Asian driver. I mean,
I can't
Where do
help
people
what I
get
say
this shit
sometimes.
from?
I apologize.
Ballard, were you doing all those things at one time while you were
Those-
driving, and that's why you wrecked?
How'd you know?
Ballard driving down the road with a beer in one hand, a crack pipe in the other, playing with his ding-a-ling, cussing up a storm, and ran right through a red light.
I said I'm doing loop tube.
I'm not a loot tube, bitch. Lizard Circus is here. Hey, Lizard, if you want to, please update us on your condition. We'd like to know. Haven't heard from him in a while. But
gets the rubber
going
bands
back to that video of Chess driving home from Tennessee, was it just me, or did Chess look not very comfortable in that seat?
Well,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure Chess would look very comfortable in the seat I'm sitting in right now.
Were you in a truck?
I was really concerned for the safety of everybody involved, because as much space as Chess was taking up on that side of the car, if there had been an accident, there's no way in hell that driver's side airbag would have been able to deploy.
Yeah.
Okay. Battle Angel said she's just messing with me. I know that. I mean, I'm dumb, not stupid. And Lizard Circus says he's doing great. He can put more weight on his right side, and he got a new tattoo. I didn't know Lizard Circus had tattoos. Did anybody know that? I didn't know that. Okay. But glad to hear that you're doing better, sir.
I need help.
I wish
What
you
a coincidence! I got a new tattoo too.
What?
So what a coincidence! I got a new tattoo too.
Oh, I have no tattoos.
Sorry, I got
tattoo too. A new tattoo too.
Tutu.
Tutu.
Let me see if I can spell that.
While wearing a tutu.
A new tattoo. Let's see. Let's try that. Hang on. A new.
Hey, remember when this off season Bama got
tattoo?
that Henry Tutu guy from Tennessee, though?
Something like that.
TATTOO.
Megan M's here. Good to see you.
All right, I got a question.
Now say it 5 times back.
You see what Uncle Lou said?
And this goes for Uncle Lou also.
Now, that would be an interesting video, getting a new tattoo in a tutu.
I'm in a hole right now. Back to square one with the whole.
I think Lou has some tattoos. I don't remember. Yeah, you said you had one or two, didn't you?
Me?
You.
Who?
You. Two.
3.
3. Okay.
And 2.
And 2.
Also, I have 3.
In addition to that as well.
In addition to all of that as well.
And so on.
Right.
So forth.
And such like. And so forth.
Just that and the other.
That too.
That too.
I got an apologize.
This portion of the show is definitely about nothing.
I know I hurt some feelings the other day. I need to apologize to those people real quick.
Apologize.
Apologize.
Apologize. You need to apologize for cursing on my stream, Ballard.
I apologize.
You not only made me apologize for cursing on your stream, you called me out.
I didn't make you apologize. I made you apologize. You said apologize. I made you, sir. Anyway.
Also into Six Killer. How you doing, man? Good to see you there. LW. You didn't see LW sneak in.
Yeah, start over.
Hey Ballard, I gotta ask you this: what made you, instead of calling back to the regular line for Uncle Lou, call his cell phone last week when he was playing the feud?
I don't know, because it said it was busy.
I mean, it's just like that time of day. You knew what the ramifications was going to be when he did that, didn't you? Or was you not thinking?
I knew he was going to cuss me out.
Well, with that being said, Ballard,
I still called his cell phone anyway.
Never call the cell phone on the while he's on the show, Ballard. That's kind of like a rule.
Plus, Saleen, we were doing Family Feud, so I had 9 people on the phone line at the same time. Ballard was one of them. Ballard was one of them.
Rod was busy and wouldn't let me
dropped the call. He dropped out of the call-in show and then tried to call my cell phone like 10 seconds later.
Like no.
He had to know.
No, he didn't know. So you say no.
No, he knew.
Well, with that being said, why'd you do it, Ballard?
I knew he didn't know.
I mean, it's not like you didn't have the show number. You had the show number. You called in on the show number. Wouldn't logic dictate that you call back on the show number? Yeah. Well, that Family Feud must have cost you a ton of money. Well, it's a business expense. You can write it off. Also in two.
Also in 2.
And 3.
So far this year, on that call-in program, which I have 3 different shows I use it on. I've spent right at $600.
Oh, that isn't bad. I thought it was higher than that.
No, it's not too bad. Now I limit the number of lines available in the off season on the Tuesday and Thursday call-in show to 4, and during the football season I crank it up to more. So it costs me more at the end of the year, but I make more money in general at the end of the year, so it's easier to eat that.
Are you streaming? Are you doing are you doing live streams again like you did last year
on Saturdays?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, two a day.
I mean, you'll format it the same way. You'll say morning, early.
Yes.
Afternoon, evening. We all pick, and then
I'll make a post on the Patreon page at some point during the week that'll say, "Let me know if you guys want me to do noon, afternoon, or prime time." And whatever they pick, that's what I'll do on Patreon. Sure. And then whatever's left over, if there's decent games on it one of the other 2 times, then sometimes I'll do a stream.
Well, Lou, aren't you a little concerned that your live streams, based on the information we learned last night, that there'll be a sudden push for you to live stream all the Liberty games?
Was that Edward?
What was Edward thinking?
Oh, and last night,
Edward called in and said, "Do you think if there was a petition started to get Liberty into the SEC, that it would work?" And I'm like, "What? Liberty?
Liberty?
How many people even go to Liberty? 12?
I'm going to start a petition for Uncle Lou to stream a UTEP game.
Oh God."
Well, I'm gonna start a petition for Uncle Lou to stream a Harvard game.
You know what? Does the Harvard Yale game even come on TV anymore? I know it did for years and years and years. Do they still at least televise that one?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay.
They used to, believe it or not, that was public television. Public television used to broadcast the Harvard Yale game. And then, whoever your local PBS affiliate would, or, station would pick that up. But yeah, it was for a long time. And I bet it's been 5 or 6 years since I've seen it. And I've looked for it. I always enjoyed watching that.
I've seen it. The last time I saw Harvard Yale on video, a broadcast was ESPN 3.
I thought it was CBS Sports Network.
Whatever it's called now.
Yeah, somebody else might have the rights now. I mean, who knows?
I don't even know when the Ivy League is playing again. I mean, they didn't play last fall. I don't think they played in the spring.
They did not.
So are they going to start up in the fall or what? I don't know.
Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, as of now, Saleen, they plan on playing in September.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. So.
But I thought it was CBS Sports Network. Anyway, Saleen, while you're looking that up, how long was it after you did your live streams before you started having moderators?
When did I have my? I created mods on my very first live stream because I needed them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep an eye on the chat window. No, I'm wrong.
Good
Because when I started doing live streams on StreamYard, which I don't remember exactly when that was, but when I got StreamYard, and I have to pay it. You say I have two screens. I have one screen to my left, your right. Over here, I'm pointing to my second screen, and then my main screen. Now, StreamYard is on my main screen right here. To my left is my second monitor where I have YouTube and the broken out. You can break the chat window out, and I put that up separately, and I can monitor the chat window just by looking to my left. But when I have people on StreamYard, like I have now, it's more distracting. StreamYard is more distracting than keeping an eye on the chat window. So I need the mods to watch out for trolls dropping shit in there that will get me, struck.
I was asking because with everything that's going on with what Pete said in Bowers, I think something about everybody mods going back to previous streams and blocking people. That's why I was just trying to figure out and stuff when someone like
and I did it, and when I saw
I hate to say this because it's my least favorite word, but the answer to your Ivy League question is yes.
Oh, they are playing in the fall?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that. I mean,
they have released a schedule. So as of now, I mean, how this goes, maybe they change their mind next week, but yeah, the schedule is out. They're playing a full season as of right now.
Well, I appreciate you finding that for me. I do.
Yes, sir.
But where were they going with that? When I saw Pete did his PSA video, and the guy who did it before that, I can't remember who that was. All of a sudden, Bad Dog, yeah. I went through my list of mods and my block list, and I found like 2 duplicated mods, and I cleared those 2 out. But my mod list was fine. I mean, I didn't have anyone on there that I don't trust. But when I went through my block list, I found, for one thing, there were a whole bunch of accounts that didn't exist anymore. So I took those out. And then I found 4 people that were on the block list that is like, how the hell did they get in there? And unblocked them.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say who they were because I don't want to. 2 of them are in here right now, and I don't want to embarrass them. But, that was a good thing. I think that's a good thing that all the channel owners should do who do streaming. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lou does it. Just go through your mod list and your block list and, trim out some of the deadwood in the mods and make sure that your block list doesn't have people in there that you don't want blocked. I mean, of course, in Lou's case, it would probably take him about 2 hours to do it. But
more than that, I'm sure.
No, but I'm going to start making that a habit of going through those lists to make sure that I'm not missing people who should be there. Now, some of the people on my block list deserve to be there and will be there until I draw my last breath. They're not coming off that list.
Well, I think I've got my point across with my screen name here, but anyway, yeah, I don't really have much people blocked on my channel.
All right, Ballard, give us one good reason why you should be put back on Tinder.
Because it'd be entertaining.
It's a complicated situation, I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
Kind of pissed off.
He did it again.
Shit.
Nah, pissed off isn't that bad. I mean, you can say pissed off on network TV. That's sort of my standard for, if a phrase or a word is, bad word, If you can get away with saying it on network TV, it'd probably be all right.
I'm just a little bit disturbed. Real relationship. Yeah.
I know Jesse J's got a great idea, and we may need to work on this for Pigeon Forge.
I'm perturbed.
He's saying Ballard needs to get a tramp stamp.
Hell no. She is.
Don't get me struck.
I mean, would you get a WWJD tramp stamp, Ballard?
I don't get tramp stamps. Not anymore.
No more? So you got some?
No.
Why should we put Ballard? Why should we put you back on Tinder? I mean, where's the benefit to the community?
I gotta find somebody. I mean,
you already did.
Ballard, it's a complicated situation right now.
Did you screw it up, Ballard?
Why?
I didn't screw anything up.
Ballard, how old are you?
19.
Why is it complicated?
I got calluses older than you, son. I mean, 19 years old and you're already freaking out over the fact you don't have a girlfriend. Dude, I'm 56 and I don't have a girlfriend. I'm okay with that because, you know, I'm hideous. But
I don't have one.
Come on, 19 years old, you got your entire life ahead of you, assuming you don't get hit by a bus.
Ballard, what happened with Miss New Booty?
Yeah, spill it, son.
She's barely talking to me, and you know, she's
but why?
Busy and I don't know why. I still owe her lunch, and I've been asking her about it, and she's not giving direct answers.
Is that the DQ girl?
Oh.
Okay, let me throw this at you, Ballard, and see what you think of this piece of advice. You're and he's gone. He left.
It is possible that the girl's just uninterested here.
Ballard,
or maybe
listening, Ballard. You know, I mean, what is the motto of what's the motto of your favorite football team, Alabama? Next man up, right? That's a motto of every football team, really. But everyone's always saying, next man up, next man up. You know what? Little Miss 19-year-old Juicy Booty decides she's not interested in you. The hell with it. Next woman up. Move on to the next one. She's playing games with you. You know, if you're someone who doesn't want to play games, you just want to get on with the relationship thing. You know, next woman up. Move on.
She went back to the Dairy Queen with the guy that brought the dilly bar.
Raj.
Yeah, Raj, you beautiful motherfuckers.
What's up, man?
Raj in that?
Yeah. Hey, can you imagine if you're making out with Ballard and you're a girl and you pull his shirt up, he turns around and Nick Saban's face is tattooed on his back. It says 18 titles, woo.
Hey, Ballard says he dropped out because he's got to go eat dinner. Hey, Ballard, I appreciate you stopping by and supporting me on the stream. So have a good dinner, man. But really, seriously, at 19 years old, we shouldn't be fixating on one woman or one man, for that matter, who's playing idiot games with you.
That's the problem with Ballard is he's so fucking scared. He's like a horse of blinders. You know, the horse of blinders. He's got his eyes set on one thing and one thing only. And that's
it's not that he's fixated on this girl in particular. It's just the fact that this is the only date he's ever had. So
exactly,
that's the issue. It's not like this girl is the girl of his dreams and he can't let her go. It's just the fact that this was the first date he ever had.
Yeah, it's his first crush. So yeah.
Okay, well and I understand that. Whether you're being facetious or not about that being his first date.
No, I'm not. I'm being serious. That's
okay. Well, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
his first date, his first girl he's actually had interactions with and actually went out on. He's fallen head over heels for her. Now she don't fucking give a shit about him.
Oh, Champ is here.
That's the thing.
What's up, champ? How you doing, man?
Yeah, that's the problem. He's done.
Son.
He's done. You know,
Well, see, I
You
thought
should go to the hospital, man.
I thought I gave him what was foolproof advice because, Lou gave his list of best places to meet women, and I sat there and I gave it thought, and Ballard came on Jesse's stream one night, and I told him, I said, I think I may have solved his problem. I think I may have solved the best place for him, women, and I told him, I said, type Planned Parenthood into your Google map and just go sit outside your local office. You will find a date.
Hey, Saleen, I'm going to bounce out so Brett can get in. Thanks for letting me be part of the stream. I mean, I'm still going to be on YouTube, but thanks for letting me be part of the stream, sir.
No problem, man. Every time Pizza Woman puts up that thing where she greets Big Dog Brett into the stream, it makes me want to go buy donuts.
I'm getting donuts tomorrow morning.
I heard that.
Lucky you.
Yeah, my kid's first day of school tomorrow, so I told him I'd get him donuts for the first day of school.
Fuck yeah.
That means I gotta get my happy ass up about 5:30 in the morning tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if there will be a morning shoe tomorrow, but there's a possibility it may start a few minutes late, depending on how long it takes me to get to get them to school in the morning.
Is he 7th grade or 8th grade?
Yeah, 7th.
Yeah, take your time, buddy. We're gonna be sitting there waiting.
Luann, first day of high school tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, how you like that, Lou?
Lordy. Oh, Lordy. So Lou is going to have a high school student.
Yeah, he's going to have him damn kids going around like a fucking dog in heat.
They don't come
You know
around.
what the other problem is, Jesse? It's a daughter. She's
That's
going
what I'm
to have
saying.
him wrapped up like a pretzel around her finger.
All the senior boy predators will be on there. Have
That's
their
what I'm
eyes.
saying. They're going to be like dogs in heat coming around.
What's up, champ?
But once they find out who her dad is, they're going to be like, this guy's a dick. I ain't coming around.
Team asshole for the win.
There you go.
Wear that team asshole hat and say, listen here, motherfucker. Learn it, live it, love it. All right? Oh, shit.
P Digits is going to be Dunkin' Donuts. I don't really have a preference between the two. It's just that Dunkin' is the one that's convenient to go to tomorrow morning for me. So, but
I miss Krispy Kreme. I mean, there's quite a number of things I miss about living in the ATL like I did. Krispy Kreme is definitely one of the things I miss. I mean, Dunkin' is great. What?
You wouldn't have a problem if you lived where I do. I pull out of my driveway, go about a block and a half north, turn east for a block to get out onto the main road, and right there sits a Krispy Kreme.
That explains a lot.
I mean, I can open up. I can step out onto the
background shot.
Yeah, I can step out onto the deck 3 or 4 times a day and smell them, bastards.
I hate that. Yeah, I think Mr. Hogue got it right. Uncle Lou is going to be waiting for the boys with an AR. And let's see, Brett has a couple of daughters, I think.
Me, I do.
Yeah, I got 2 daughters.
All right, I got to step out. Have a good afternoon, gentlemen. Saleen, thanks for having me stop in.
No problem. No problem.
Right, take care.
Always a pleasure, J-Dub.
All right, then.
I got one.
All right, Dan. How you doing?
Possibly a second one. I hope I get a boy the second time around.
Brett, what do
daughters,
you think?
Daughters
I mean, not
wonderful
Brett.
things.
Sling Blade. What do you think about the way Jeff Webster talks?
Me ought not talk that way.
Do you think I'm going to get a strike for him sounding so much like that?
No,
I just
It's a
wanted
copyright violation.
I just wanted to talk to Ballard about how he dating a girl.
He
Me ought
does that so well.
me ought take her some flowers.
Ballard ain't got no gas in the tank.
Wonder
I
where
think he ought to just quit this one and move on.
where they take her out on a date.
He took her to Dairy Queen.
Are you kidding?
He ought not done
You
that.
tell
should
me
he?
you're kidding.
He ought not done that.
He ought not done that neither.
Don't do that, no.
Yeah, not done that.
I wouldn't take someone I hated to Dairy Queen. Take them to Crystals, but not Dairy Queen.
God damn, that's even worse.
Right. Somebody I hate, I take them to Crystals.
Where should he have taken her, Sling Blade?
Anywhere that got them ran right tatered, I reckon.
Clemson's got plenty of taters.
They got some pretty good tater juice too.
God damn, I'm about to lose my shit over here.
I keep forgetting. I got 3 Bulldogs in here.
I got a question for him. What was it like to cook Bobby Boucher?
Who the hell is that?
The Raging Cajun.
Yeah.
Michael Hogue, it's actually a K, not a C, buddy. It's a restaurant. It's like White Castle.
Yeah,
but they're famous for food poisoning. Let's see. I got Carl in here, and somebody's calling for White Tonto. Yeah, Mr. Hogue wants White Tonto's opinion on Ballard's dating situation. Can I get a White Tonto opinion?
White Tonto say, best way, make love to woman. Wrap hands around throat. Make her go to sleep first.
Put her to sleep.
I don't reckon I ever tried it that way.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch?
Normally, you have to pay extra for that kind of action.
Oh, shit.
Let me write this down. Wait a minute. Hang on.
You need to watch that shit, Saleen. It's a Dave Chappelle show. You need to watch it with him and Wayne Brady in it. Is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch?
Is that on YouTube?
No, you can actually go on Netflix. There's a whole fucking Chappelle shows on Netflix.
Oh.
But you can YouTube it also, yeah.
I think I'll borrow my daughter's Netflix account. She owes me. She let me borrow her Disney Plus account so I could watch Mandalorian.
I don't know. Let's see. Neo, yeah. I don't know, man. The crystal I got down here, it's fucking awesome. I love that motherfucker.
Battle Angel's talking about a lawsuit, so I lost something here. I gotta get JC back in here. Where'd you go, man?
If you go to the grocery store, especially if you got a Publix or a Walmart, they'll have them White Castle burgers in a box in the freezer section.
Yeah, I've seen them. But every time I went to a Crystal's, man, I got sick.
That's because they make that out of the potted meat.
I did some fucking thing and started ordering the chicken from there, and I got really sick. So then I said, I ain't going back to Crystal's no more. Smells terrible.
Yeah. Well, I'm out of here, guys. Y'all have a good one. And you're
I'm almost done here, so you know.
I'm talking about all those damn Crystals and White Castles got my ass hungry. I'm gonna go upstairs and make me a damn sandwich.
I want some donuts. Talking PW's talking about putting a donut icon up, and now Uncle Lou's going to get donuts in the morning. Man, I need some donuts.
Yeah. So yeah, Raj, and I'll see y'all motherfuckers later.
Raj. I'll see you soon. What kind of donut you prefer there, Uncle Lou?
Glazed, just normal, regular, glazed. But I do like the chocolate covered donuts too. But I don't eat any of the crazy ones. You walk in Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme now, they got 50 kinds of donuts in there.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like with bagels. I want a bagel with cream cheese on it. I don't need a sour cream and onion bagel. I don't need a spinach and olive bagel. I'm a plain type of person in that way. Give me a glazed donut. Just give me a plain bagel with cream cheese. I mean, I don't need a lot of that.
Are you a yeast donut or a cake style donut person?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeast.
Well, the cake ones are the ones that are they're heavier.
I go in Krispy Kreme. I've never asked for either a cake or a yeast donut, either one. I just go in and say, give me 6 glazed and 6 chocolate covered.
Yeast are the original. The cake are more like they taste like cake when you bite into them.
Yeah, they basically literally have the consistency of a cake.
Is this some kind of ass
much
eating
denser
analogy?
Huh?
No.
Is this some kind of ass eating analogy, or you
No.
literally mean
I mean,
cake?
it could be, I guess.
Well, if you want to make it an ass eating analogy, that's fine.
Because cake hole, and then of course donuts have holes in them, and you're over here talking about cake donuts. It sounds like you're talking about eating the booty hole.
That sounds pretty funny, ha to me.
There's literally never mind.
I've never once gone into a donut place and ordered a yeast or a cake donut, and I've never been asked which one I want ever. I don't know what that even is.
There's 2 types of donuts. There's one that's a yeast raised donut. They're lighter and fluffier, and then there's a cake style donut, which is a very dense, heavy donut. It's like
I like the donuts. I like the donuts they give you when you go in and say, "I want 6 glazed donuts and 6 chocolate covered donuts." Those are the ones I like.
Those are usually the
yeast.
Yeah, I can't even do that because my local donut shop's run by an older Chinese couple that don't speak English. So I just have to point at what I want.
Michael Hogg says cream-filled donuts are good. Sir, if you're eating cream-filled cake donuts, there's something wrong with your significant other.
I'm not a big on the filled donut thing.
There shouldn't be any cream coming out of the cake hole. That's not normal.
Facts. No cream coming out of no holes. No, thank you. No. Kid. I don't want to see it. I don't want to bite into it. No,
it sounds like Michael Hogg has found somebody who has a yeast infection in their asshole.
Oh,
you do you, Hogg. You do you.
Hogg. Shut down for sure now.
All right, Dan, pull around.
Yeah, they call it the Hershey Highway for a reason. It's supposed to be brown coming out.
But when you and I assume when Uncle Lou goes through the Dunkin' Donuts or the Krispy Kreme drive-thrus and he places his order and they ask him to pull forward, he doesn't do that either.
No.
So all drive-thrus for Uncle Lou, all drive-thrus universally, if they ask you to pull forward or pull into a space, it's a universal no.
Does anybody remember what I titled that video? Because I was trying to show it to Battle Angel the other day, and I couldn't find it. I can't remember what I named it.
I can't.
Anyway, if any of you ever happen to come across that video, text me the link or something. Because I can't find it. But how about also? I found out yesterday. She had no idea about the wrapping paper. Can you believe that?
Oh, good Lord.
She had no idea about the wrapping paper video. I was pretty alarmed to find that out.
She didn't know about that.
Amanda wants to know if you normally talk about ass eating, Saleen.
No, I really don't. No. But these streams usually go like this in terms of, there's no specific thing we're talking about, but ass eating has never been a subject on here before. No. It's not something I do, really.
I didn't bring it up.
Really
Y'all were the
don't
one that
do
were
that
talking
well.
about cake donuts. I told you I'd never even heard of that. So why is everyone dropping off?
I don't know.
They didn't even say bye. What do you make of that, Saleen?
They don't like me anymore.
I don't think that's it. I don't know.
Maybe it's
You know, Lou, I've been
Amanda
just
says,
right now
someone
trying to
should bless
find
him.
that video, and I can't find it either.
Amanda, where do you live?
Got to be there somewhere.
Amanda wants lessons.
Where
do you live, Amanda?
Yeah, yeah.
You could see if she lives close to Nate. Nate likes
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any lessons to give on that. Battle Angel just popped in, so this can't be good. I assume
I
that's
came
Battle
in before the
Angel.
stream ended, and clarify the whole wrapping paper story. I did not know about the wrapping paper story. So
Yeah, hold on a second though. We have an interesting development. Now, Amanda, I see that you live in Arizona. Now, if you look a couple of spots ahead of you on the chat list, you'll see Pizza Woman. Now, she lives in Arizona. So,
yes, true.
I don't know if she's up to giving you the lesson you're looking for, but I just thought I would throw that out there.
Yeah.
RB Smata says that you took the video down, the McDonald's video. You took it down.
Well, it is possible that I do know I privated the video. I never took it down. I did private the video at one time because I got a cease and desist letter from McDonald's attorneys, but I never deleted it. But see, when I search on my channel, it shows me every video, public or private, either one, and I still couldn't find it. So,
did you actually get a cease and desist from McDonald's? Really?
I swear to God.
You know, I don't.
The actual employee, the one that's in the window at first, not the manager that comes second, but the first person you see, the first McDonald's worker you see in that video, emailed me first. She asked me to take the video down. I emailed her back. I said, I'm not taking it down, but I will blur your face out. That's the most I'm willing to do. She never responded. So I blurred her face out. And then a week later, I got a cease and desist letter from McDonald's attorneys. And so that's when I privated the video.
But I got to tell you, Battle Angel, I got to tell you, that was one of the funniest videos he ever did. I mean, there are a ton of funny videos he's done, but that one really cracked me up. It was really funny.
yeah, I've already gotten the list of things that are irritating. So
now
I think we've added more as we've gone on. So
I'm of the opinion that there's nothing McDonald's can do about that. But I'm not a lawyer. So I went ahead and took it down. Now that I have an LLC though, I don't know, that happened. I don't know if it matters that happened before I had an LLC. If that were to happen today, I would leave it up because they can't sue me.
Well, you're in public view, so from
but I was on private property, and that's what I don't know.
Well, here's the way it works.
Because I was on like I do know, like I can stand in the street in my neighborhood, and I can film someone's house, and if they have the blinds open, and I can see them, I can film that, and I can put it on YouTube because I'm in a public street. If I'm on the sidewalk downtown, I can film anything I want. This is how people get away with filming the police. But because McDonald's is private property, I don't know what the laws were, so I privated the video. But now that I'm an LLC, I wouldn't have privated it. And if they really want to sue me over that, I would let them sue me. Well, they can't sue me.
Well, you could counter sue them if they tried, but
they only can sue YouTube now. They can't sue me anymore.
Right.
No matter what I do say, they can't sue me. They only can sue YouTube. Good luck with
kind of the legal bar, the legal standard, at least from what I was always taught, was you have to have some level as a business of expectation of privacy. So if you are inviting people into your business for purchase of product or services or goods, you are giving up your expectation of privacy. So that means if the general public can walk in and see something, so long as your intent is not to try and take corporate secrets to, steal their secrets for how they make their Big Mac sauce, which is Thousand Island dressing, you're completely fine to record anything you want, because they give up that expectation of privacy. So it's completely legal to do.
That's what I think too. I think you're right. And that's why when the girl told me to take it down, I was like, no, I'm not taking this down. Like, no.
Now
when you get a letter with when you get an email with McDonald's corporate letterhead and a list of attorneys at the bottom a mile long, I was like, is this really worth the fighting? So I just privated the video, but I don't think there's anything they could do.
Well, most likely what happened was the girl reached out to you and said, hey, take it down. And you basically was like, no, I'm not taking it down. And then she turned around and she said, hey, to McDonald's management, hey, here's X, Y, and Z. He didn't know what else, or she didn't know what else to do. So she wrote it up to corporate. Corporate's like, just send him a letter and see if he'll back off. That's most likely what it was.
Yeah, probably. There's a whole genre of video makers out there. They call themselves First Amendment auditors. You ever heard of this?
Yes. Okay. Hilarious.
They are, and they usually go to public buildings like post offices or courthouses, or hell, they even do police stations. One idiot did an audit at a hospital that really didn't go over well. They usually go in there and they harass and annoy people enough so that they get the cops to show up, and then they get. Then they get in arguments with them about, well, this is a public space and so on. It can't be trespassed from public property. Yeah, you can actually. If they ask you to leave and you don't leave, then they can trespass you to get you to leave.
RB Smata, thank you. RB Smata told me he remembered that I uploaded it in March of 2020. So I just searched my videos by date and I found it. And it is on private. That's why no one else, I guess, has been able to find it.
Dang it.
Can I play it?
Can I
play it real quick? It's only like 2 minutes long. Can I do the share screen and play it?
Please.
Yeah, it's real.
Because that was funny as hell.
Can
you share, or do I have to do it?
Wait, what is this? This is the McDonald's video?
This is the McDonald's
can put it
video.
up and then I share it.
Okay.
I remember this video. It's pretty awesome.
Let me get it set up. Okay, share screen, share audio. McDonald's share. Okay.
There it is. Hang on. I'll add it. Go.
All right, here we go.
This is funny as hell, folks. You're in for a treat.
See if they try to ask me to pull up. I'll play the games.
Let me know if you guys can hear it in the stream. I can hear it fine at my end.
I'm just gonna wait right here. Thank you.
Have you wait right here?
Yeah, I'm waiting right here. I'm not pulling up. Thank you. Why do they try this shit every time? You hear what she said? Oh, you can't wait right here. Oh, yes, I can. I'm not pulling up. They got 3 people already waiting. They got 1 person in front of me waiting and 2 pulled over to the side waiting. Hey, how you doing? No, you got 3 people pulled up and nobody behind me. I'm not pulling up. I'm not pulling up.
They're timing us all the time and they're watching our time, so they've had sensors on the ground keeping us
right, but they're not timing me though. I'm sitting right here. Right, I'm gonna instead of arguing with me, bring them their food or bring me my food. I'm not pulling up. I'm not pulling up. I mean, there's not even anybody behind me. Why would I pull up?
Doesn't matter if there's someone behind you or not. Don't pull up.
I love the line of, instead of arguing with me, why don't you go make my food?
See, now somebody pulls behind me. But at the time when I was arguing with her, there was no one even behind me waiting. They just don't want to get in trouble for that 1.5 rule they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't have that rule. They have that rule. It doesn't affect you.
I know. And guess what else? Look how a couple of things. Look how quick they bring me my food, and they brought me my food before they brought any of the 3 people that pulled up and waited. That's why I don't pull up. And when I leave out of here, I even turn the camera around and show you that those people are still waiting, and I'm not.
And not only that, what that McDonald's location is doing is they're gaming the system. So by you actually sitting there, you're making them do their job the way they're supposed to.
Look, that took less than a minute for them to bring me my damn food. Why would I pull up?
Now look, she told me, look at these 3 people waiting. Look, 1, and then 2 over there. Now you heard what she told me. She said, sir, all 3 of them and you are waiting on Egg McMuffins. Okay, great. Would argue with me, make the food, bring it to them. Now who got their food first? Me. So pull up
the guy who was in the way.
And you'll still be.
They must not known who they were messing with.
What's bad is that he knew they were going to do that. It happened so many times that he knew they were going to do it, so he went ahead and prepared for it.
Yeah, and for the record, like they should not have given me my food first. They should not have done that. They should have given the other people their food first. But that's my whole point, because I did used to pull up and wait, and then I would we don't have any fries. You got to pull up and wait. I pull up and wait, and the 2 cars behind me, they get their fries before I do. So that's why I don't do it.
Spot on, Uncle Lou. That's why I don't go through very often.
And then people go, "Oh, I would do that, but I'm afraid they'd spit in my food." Hey, you're at McDonald's. Spit would be the healthiest thing in there, moron.
Would add flavor.
Oh God forbid they spit on your Lipitor burger. I mean, for Christ's sake, spit? Really? That's what you're eating at McDonald's? You're worried about spit? Stop it.
So, Lou, I got to ask you a question, because you used to put this in your videos a long time ago. You used to tell people every day to take their Lipitor and all that other stuff that was killing them. Why did you stop doing that?
Well, those were mostly tinfoil hat videos that I did, and too many people. It got to the point where I made a decision that if I was going to piss people off to the point of unsubscribing, it was going to be college football related. Okay. Too many people were watching those tinfoil hat videos and taking them seriously and getting mad.
That's too bad, because I missed the tinfoil hat videos. I wish you'd do one.
They were fun to do. They were really fun to do because they were tongue in cheek.
My favorite was watching you go back and forth with DirecTV. My God, because at the time that you were doing that, I was doing the same thing. This is before I started my channel. When you were doing the calling in DirecTV and just basically just up one side and down the other, I was like, this is exactly what I'm going through with DirecTV right now. It was great. It was like, when are you guys going to get these channels? You keep telling me you're going to get these channels.
Yeah,
when are you going to get them? What's that?
I said those videos were fun to do because I called them 3 or 4 times and recorded it every single time. So it was proof. Like, they couldn't tell me, like, because I would tell them, well, you told me that last week, and now here we are. And, those videos were great.
Hey, Uncle Lou, any chance you can maybe bring some of those tinfoil videos again soon?
Maybe now that I'm doing the morning show on the 2nd channel, that opens up a possibility where I could maybe upload videos to that channel that aren't football related, like tinfoil hat videos, other things like that. So yeah, maybe.
Please do another tinfoil hat video. I mean, just for the nostalgia factor alone.
Yeah.
Do one. I mean, there's so much out there right now that's tinfoil hat worthy.
Yeah.
I mean, do one.
I probably should. I didn't think about using the 2nd channel for uploads because I said, well, I'm just going to move the morning show over there because people were getting confused. Because there's no football really on the morning show. I said, so let me just move this to the 2nd channel. But that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. That's a great idea. That opens up a whole nother. That opens up a lot of possibilities.
What are y'all talking him into?
We don't have to talk him into anything. You can tell the gears are already turning, Battle Angel.
You don't have to talk him into anything new. You just have to remind him to do things he's already done.
The gears already turned when he shows me those old videos to begin with. So.
Hey, Tim, speaking of videos, when's your next Blackstone video? When are you gonna be doing some cooking videos again?
I don't know, man. I'll probably do one this weekend. I'm gonna do a live tonight, but I'll probably do a cooking video this weekend.
Yeah, what happened to your breakfast videos, man?
Those are fun to watch.
Well, so here's what happens. Like whenever I do that, I kind of those are also kind of tongue in cheek. I'm just kind of showing off a little bit, but I love getting that Blackstone out and cooking for my family on Saturday morning, giving my wife a break. And so the problem is that my garage since then has been modified slightly. Like I've added a lot more woodwork and stuff. Like I love to build stuff, anywhere from lighting, the live edge lighting fixtures to farmhouse tables to butcher blocks. I build all kind of stuff. And so I've spent a fair amount of money purchasing new equipment to put in there to build stuff to give away for friends and whatnot. So right now my Blackstone, which I keep it in the garage because I don't want it ruined by the weather and I'm too lazy to put a cover over it. But it's just been sitting out there. I've cooked on it a few times. I did hibachi for my son. And then recently we did smash burgers. Still trying to figure out how to do hash browns just right, but I love making omelets. Omelets is one of my favorite things to make, and I usually do that on a morning show on Saturday. What's that? I've done cheesesteak. Here's the thing about cooking on a Blackstone, or as I like to call it, Waffle House 2.0. If you take that thing and you put an oil on it so that the food will sit on it properly, it's great. But cheese, I don't care what you put on it, cheese is gonna freaking stick to it. There's a pain in the neck. Yeah. So you oil it, you mix up you cut up your steak, you cook your peppers, you cook your onions, you mix them all together, and then we like to put cheese on it. And then at the same time, I'll be toasting some type of hoagie or something that we want to use, and that's how I make those. But I need to make one of those videos. I hadn't done it in a while.
Hoagies and grinders.
I enjoyed those actually. I'm not an egg eater, but I enjoyed watching. I enjoy watching cooking videos.
So my cooking videos, like in my mind, what I would love to aspire to be is if cooking videos were a big thing, is I would love to go back to the old school, like Justin Wilson. If you guys ever remember that guy, he used to be on like GPTV years ago.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you some of the red wine right here.
I love that guy. He was
man, love that old man.
Hey, Slim Shady Kane, thank you for the super chat. I wonder if Slim is a little confused about who he's super chatting to. He says, Lou, I'll trade a mini helmet for 5 rolls of wrapping paper.
Hey, Brett, does anybody else use the Blackstone, or is it just you normally?
My wife will use it from time to time, but that's almost like the grill. My wife she kind of leaves me to that domain. And for those of you who don't know, my wife is basically a chef. She is absolutely incredible in the kitchen. She's taught me so much about how to cook food. It's unbelievable. So she
I
can.
remember you mentioning that from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the little one doing, by the way?
The little one is now almost 7 months old. So or almost 8 months old now. She's doing really well. Starting to try to walk a little bit. The 3-year-old is a tornado, as all 3-year-olds are. He's into everything. The 15-year-old just started school yesterday, a sophomore. She's a sophomore. She got the brains from Albert Einstein because she didn't get them from me. She's 15, and she's already taking college courses. Nice.
So when did your son leave for basic?
Not what's the old saying? Not soon enough. No. No, he actually was supposed to leave Monday before last, and the weekend just before that, he ended up cutting his foot. And he ended up having to get 4 stitches. So for those of you who don't know, whenever you go in the military, you have to sign up for a job, whatever your particular job type is.
Yep.
And he wanted to be a computer specialist because the training that you get from that is pretty much a 2 to 4 year degree. So when he cut his foot, he had to go back up to MEPS and renegotiate his contract. Well, then they tried to come back and tell him that the only thing they had available was tank personnel. Those are too far apart. So then they came back and said, "Oh, well, we have radio repair," and I said no. So we're just jumping through a lot of hoops right now trying to get it fixed. So tentatively, we don't know.
What? You said what?
What's that?
You just said I said, and then what'd you say?
He was scheduled to be a 25 Bravo, which is computer specialist.
Yeah,
and then they
and
tried
he
to
asked you about it, and you said
absolutely not, because he didn't want to. He doesn't want tank stuff. He wants to be. He wants a computer job. He wants network land.
Said the first time you said no.
No.
Hey,
no.
Yeah, good.
Hey, Brett, that doesn't make sense. You would think just because he cut his foot, they're making him switch MOSs. That's dumb.
Well, the reason it works that way is because the Army has a schedule that they follow. Like your basic training is supposed to start on such and such date, and you're supposed to graduate on such and such date from basic training. And there's basic training that goes on every 8, 9 to 10 weeks, so that's not a big deal. But the next set, which is the AIT, Advanced Individualized Training, that individualized school only has those classes taught at certain times, and that's based off of a prerequisite, of a requisite that somebody has put in somewhere. So once they get enough places around the country that say we need 25 Bravos, then they'll actually hold the AIT school. So if you don't meet that timeline, they don't just roll you up there and be like, hey, sit through this one class for one person. That's obviously not going to work. So we're having to wait again. No.
I mean, tanks. I mean, I went to school basic at Fort Sill where they do tank school.
Oh,
those
nice.
things are not fun.
Somebody at the mall?
Not me.
No.
What's all that background noise?
I'm actually in the lobby of a hotel right now, Uncle Lou.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. You.
I'm
What are
in
you doing in the lobby of a hotel? Looking for women?
No women, just what I'm saying.
Oh.
No, you're looking for women in the lobby of a hotel. That was what was happening last March.
Right. There's some hoes in this house. If you see them, point them out.
I don't have that many fingers.
Yep, lost Brett.
Oh, he gone. Usually every time Brett joins, his phone is on 3%. It seems like he always says that. My phone's on 3%. So, but let me. It seems like almost every time he comes on one of these things, that's how he starts off the conversation. My phone's on 3%, but
But Lou, I apologize for missing the morning show on Monday.
I'm messing with you.
I
Nobody watches.
But have you heard anything new about BVD?
No. Now you're on Kayla's page, right, on Facebook?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's where I'm getting most of my information.
Yeah. I get a lot. I get a lot of information from there. There's Sippy, and Brett's back.
If you
go ahead.
What's good, fellas?
What's going on, buddy? If you really want to know what's going on with BVD, reach out to D4. He's up there all the time.
I have reached out to D4. I got his phone number. He's got mine, but I don't want to bother the man.
D4 was there all the time when he was in when BVD was in Greenville, but now BVD's in Knoxville, so I don't think D4 can just go check.
That's true. Yeah,
like
true.
he was doing.
Do we got somebody in Knoxville? I mean, now listen to me. I'm talking about like we're this big group of something. Or
a catfish though. And I guess Carter didn't Carter move to Knoxville to work at the restaurant? So I maybe
Carter's sick. Chess says Carter's got COVID again.
Yeah, they need to hurry up and come out with a vaccine.
Yeah. Well, Chess also says something about D4 being sick too, but he didn't think it was COVID, so I don't know.
I agree with Lou. They need a vaccine for sure.
What was that stuff they pumped into my arm back in April?
Oh, I don't know.
Water,
syrup.
Yeah, well,
liquid weed.
Hey, BA.
I smell weed.
Hey, all I'm
No, that definitely was not liquid weed.
Yeah, it didn't feel good. Well, the first shot didn't feel so bad, but that second shot did not feel good. It was not liquid weed.
Well,
yeah, if it would have been a liquid weed, I would have expected a state of euphoria. But yeah,
no, I got a state of damn. Every joint in my body is sore.
Plenty of joints.
Yeah, I go. Well, yeah, plenty of joints, but they weren't the one I wanted. I'll tell you that much.
That would be wild to see Saleen.
I got a feeling that you would see Saleen. You would see Saleen sitting in a recliner, leaning back with a big cigar, just kind of staring at the ceiling.
I can describe. I can describe what I look like stoned, hungry and paranoid, even more than normal.
Did you smoke a little weed back in the day, Saleen?
I did in college. Yeah, I tried a little bit. Seriously, all marijuana ever did was make me hungry and paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm normally hungry and I'm normally paranoid. So I thought to myself, what's the point?
Yeah.
To save myself money.
I smoked it, I think, twice in my early 20s, and that was it. And same thing. I don't necessarily remember if it made me hungry or paranoid. I didn't do it. And then I was like, man, I can't wait to do that again. Like it wasn't all that to me. But
and you know what alcohol
I thought about doing it again. I thought about getting some for that Dave Matthews concert, but I ended up not doing it. But I would probably try it again, but I'm not, itching to do it or whatever. But
hey, shout out to weed.
And all alcohol ever does to me is make me sleepy.
Yeah.
Well, what they need to do is they need to just go ahead and legalize marijuana. There's no reason not to. I've taken people to jail that's smoked weed. I've taken people to jail that's been drunk, and I can tell you right now, I've never had any kind of altercation with somebody who was just high on weed. I can't tell you the number of altercations I've had with people that were drunk.
Now, what were the years again when you were a police officer?
98 to 03.
Oh, so back then you probably had to take them to jail for any weed at all, right?
No, the way it works is police officers, even to this day, have something that's called the power of discretion, and they have to have it. If you don't have the power of discretion, you'd essentially be forced to arrest somebody for every violation that you saw. So if somebody changed lanes improperly, it's an arrestable offense. So you have to have that to allow for just common sense situations. Anytime that I ever pulled anybody over or talked to somebody or showed up at a party where they had marijuana, as long as it was just personal use stuff, flush it, put it on the ground, pour some water on it, rub your foot on it, and get out of here. It's not worth ruining somebody's life.
Right.
As long as you weren't DUI, I didn't care.
Yeah. Or you got a pound of it in the trunk.
Yeah.
Pound of it for distribution or whatever,
Right.
Maybe.
Well, whenever I was in, if we had somebody that we pulled over, I-29 and I-80, which cross in Omaha, Nebraska, those are major drug lines, and because they run straight across the states and straight north and south. I mean, it's as much of a pipeline as you can get in that area. Anytime that we would ever have any kind of suspicion that there may be a large amount of marijuana or drugs or any whatever, we had a drug interdiction unit, and we would just call them. It's like, hey, Vinny, I need you to come over here with the dog. They walk the dog around the vehicle. If there's stuff in there, usually the dog would trip. Once the dog trips, they go in and search the vehicle. They find it. It's pretty much game over. They'd find numerous amounts, pounds of weed and heroin and cocaine and money, and it's insane how much is out there. And the crazy part is that you can only count what you catch. And so you're there. Yeah, you probably catch maybe 1/10 or even 1/20 of what's actually out there. So
now, how many times did you ever witness a dog hit on a car and there was nothing in there?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't trust those dogs. I don't.
Well,
and that stands up in court too, doesn't it? Like in other words, if the dog hits, at that point, y'all can legally search the car, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm not for that.
That's crazy. That is crazy. My dog don't even go get the damn ball I fetch, man. Come on.
There's.
I know they're highly trained, and the percentages are probably really high.
Well, it is. I mean,
really high, probably way above 90. But
yeah, they wouldn't do it.
I don't buy into that. I don't think you should just be able to call a dog to search a car, and if the dog barks in a certain spot, then you can go, oh well, the dog hit. And plus, different dogs have different things they do to quote unquote hit. So the officer can, I'm not saying, obviously, most police officers are great people. But you could say, well, the dog wagged his tail 3 times. That means he says there's marijuana here. Now I get to search your car. I think the standard should be higher.
Well, I think that
to break somebody's constitutional right, I think the standard should be higher than the dog said so.
So, well, the way it works, and I agree with you. I don't necessarily like that rule either. The way it works is it works like this. They say, just like if a police officer walks up to the window and he can smell, quote unquote, smell alcohol on you, then that's reasonable suspicion that you may have been drinking. So they transfer that same thought process to a canine. If a canine can smell and he alerts you, it's called, the dog alerted. If the canine can alert you that he has detected the presence of some narcotic, which he's been trained for, which is usually either marijuana or narcotics, then those one dog doesn't do both.
My problem with that is that the Constitution gives you a right to cross-examine your right
to face your accuser.
Yeah, and you can't cross-examine the dog, and that's my problem. I can hire a lawyer who can cross-examine the cop and say, well, what training do you have to know, the smell of a beer versus the smell of hand sanitizer or whatever? Like, not that works in court, but you at least have the opportunity to argue to make the cop take the stand under oath and prove in a court of law why it is he thought he had reason to do that. And you can't do that with a dog.
Well, you can, but you can't. And the way that works, and a good attorney can get that thrown out a lot of times, because the attorney can say, has this dog ever given you a false positive? And so the answer is obviously yes, right? So if the dog's giving you a false positive, what new information or additional information did you have that would get you over that hump? And if that police officer can't articulate anything, oh, well, the dog just alerted. Well, the dog's alerted wrong before. So when you go down that road, it makes it very difficult for the police officer to articulate anything other than they told me to just come walk the dog around it. A good attorney can say a reasonable person could assume that a dog who doesn't know everything about police dogs and their training and whatnot, the police officer willingly admitted that the dog is false alerted, then you can't say that that's reasonable suspicion. You can say it's what's the word I'm looking for? There's another term here. Not reasonable suspicion. There is
probable cause.
No, not probable cause. Probable cause is what you need to search. Reasonable suspicion is what you need to bring the dog out. So if he can't articulate why he had reasonable suspicion other than the dog alerted, because the dog is what gives you probable cause. So you would need more information than what they're just given. But in those particular situations, 9 times out of 10, when you bring the dog out, the dog is more of a scare tactic. So if you've got a ton of stuff out there and the dog alerts, then you might as well go ahead and say, yeah, I'm in trouble. But if you've got like some personal stuff out there and the dog sits down, I'd just be like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. And sometimes they find it, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
We've had dogs that have alerted. We've opened the vehicle up, went through the vehicle, and didn't find anything. And then, so basically it was like, even though the dog alerted, it gave us probable cause to search the vehicle. We searched the vehicle, didn't find anything. We still can't arrest the guy just because the dog says there's drugs there doesn't mean anything.
Right.
So
these Louisiana cops got it in, boy. Let me get pulled over with the J now.
I had when I was in high school, and now keep in mind, in high school, I was the straightest arrow you've ever seen. I played football, baseball, and ran track. And outside of that, I did nothing. I didn't drink a single beer. I didn't smoke a single cigarette. I mean, I was the most boring high school kid of all time. And we were out riding around. We weren't even in my car. It was a buddy of mine's car. There was 4 of us in the car. And they pulled us over. I don't even remember what they pulled us over for. But they called they asked us if they could search the car. And the guy that was driving said no. And we legitimately had nothing to hide. So we weren't worried about what the cop's response would be. We told him no. They called the dogs out. This was in Columbia County. We lived in Richmond County all at the time, but this happened to be in Columbia County. They called the dogs out. They said that us not giving them permission to search the car was probable cause for them to search the car, whatever the hell they did. And they bring the dogs out. They had all 4 doors open on the car, dogs all up in the car, and of course they didn't find anything. and they let us go, but it took an hour and a half of our time.
You know, if you were to do that in today's day and age, being the sophisticated adults that we all are, that is a civil lawsuit that you would not lose. That'd be a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for violation of your
You
civil
can't go
rights.
fishing. Police job ain't to be out there fishing.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
You got searched because you declined a search?
Yeah, they said, "Can we search the car?" And
they still
it wasn't
searched
up to me. The guy driving said, "No. Why would I let you? We haven't done anything. No, you can't search the car."
That's terrible.
And they called the dogs out.
That's terrible.
Yeah, they made us get out of the car, sit on the curb on the side of the road. Dog came out, crawled all through the car, opened up the doors. Dog was in the car. And of course, they didn't find anything. There was nothing in there. We were four of the most boring vanilla ice cream high school kids you'd ever seen.
So they just let these dogs go up in the car? I didn't know that.
In the car.
Good God, I just thought they let it like alert and point or whatever thing a dog does.
They skipped the whole alert and point shit. They opened up the doors and just let the dog go in there. I swear to God.
That's some backwoods Georgia law enforcement right there, man.
In 90, 93, 94, 95, somewhere in there.
Did he say right before this happened, did the guy tell you, "I'm Buford T. Justice"?
Yeah.
You will respect my authority.
Yeah.
No, I will tell you, there's
justice.
There's a lot of good cops out there, but there's a lot of bad cops out there too. There just is. And one of the best things that ever came out, in my opinion, was the dash cam and the body cam.
Yeah.
If you're a police officer and you're doing the right thing, you should always want your body cam on.
Well, and the thing is, body cams and dash cams have exonerated way more police of false charges than will ever prove that they did something wrong. You know what? Because like you said, most are doing the right thing. And there are a lot of people who say, "Oh, the cop did this and the cop did that," and they're lying. And the body cam proves that.
Well, I can tell you.
Also, the body cam does. I fell into a rabbit hole a week or so ago. Cops arresting other cops.
Yep.
Which is hilarious, by the way.
It is.
But in almost every single video, the basic story is the same. Cop pulls over someone, doesn't know they're a cop, pulls them over. Of course, the dash cam is on, the body cam is on. The person driving is like, "Come on, man, just, you know who I am. We were on the same team here. Let me go." And almost every single time, the cop that pulls the other cop over says the same thing.
You should have known better.
It ain't like it was 10 years ago.
Yep. You should have known better.
What does that tell you?
Should have known better.
What does that tell you?
Should have known better.
10 years ago? That tells you, 10 years ago, I'd let you go. Because you're a cop, I wouldn't do anything to you. I'd let you go. But because we're recorded now, I have to actually take you to jail. Sorry.
That was one reason I wanted to join the highway patrol back when I graduated college. I would basically have a license to speed.
Man, your feet are not tough enough to push that Flintstone mobile that fast. What are you talking about?
You're talking about. Florida was running Mustangs back then.
Well, hey, on the flip side of like body cams and all that, what do y'all think of like these light cameras we have in Louisiana? Like if you run a red light, they taking pictures of you, bro.
Well, I'll tell you like this: if you get, and this is from previous, law enforcement officer, you can do with it what you want. There is a legitimate defense to be had that if you will, once you get that ticket in the mail, you call them and you say, "That wasn't me. Prove it."
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why in Sarasota County they got rid of all the red light cameras.
It does not matter that they got a picture of you, of your face. They did not identify you.
I like that. See, they'll take a picture of your face, the car, and then the license plate, and then send it in the mail. I've actually got one time in downtown New Orleans.
Now, if you look, you'll actually find out that that's not a criminal ticket. It's a civil ticket.
Well, I just paid it, and this was years ago, man. I just paid it.
And you never should. Those traffic cameras in Iowa, they put up traffic cameras in Iowa, and they were making boatloads of money off of that. And then they turned around and come out and said that it was absolutely illegal. I mean, if it take you about 2 seconds to look up that speed cameras draw so much backlash that they've taken them down.
Well, there's an actual flash too that people complain about.
Well, yeah,
you know, like while they're driving, there's like a flash that goes off in front of everybody else.
No, they take out a lot of red light cameras in a lot of places. They took almost all of them out of Sarasota County where I live, because you know a lot of tickets were getting tossed because they say you can't prove that was me driving. It may have been my car, but it wasn't me driving. You don't ticket the car, you ticket the driver. You can't prove it was me.
You're giving punitive damages to somebody who may or may not have been driving that vehicle. So while, yeah, you probably shouldn't be breaking the law, and if you're breaking the law, you should probably be held responsible. I get the idea behind it. But the problem is that if, let's say that I have a brother, all right, my brother looks a lot like me, and we both drive my car. You can't prove that's me. You can prove somebody. You can prove that was somebody, but you can't prove it's me. And at that point in the investigation, you can't go investigate my brother or me, because you can't say that I definitely committed a crime, or you have reasonable suspicion that I committed a crime. You can say one of us did, but you can't investigate me and violate my civil rights because of that. So if you ever get a ticket, like in Atlanta, they send you one. All you have to do is call them and say, I'll sign an affidavit that says it wasn't me. They have no other criteria to compete against it with. Now, in the state of Iowa, they actually have these little white strips on the interstate, and I highly disagree with this. Even when I was a police officer, these white strips on the road were every 1/10 of a mile apart. Every 1/10 of a mile, you would cross this white line. So what they would do is they would park a state trooper at an overpass, and then they would actually fly in an airplane, and they would time you between those two marks.
Oh my God!
Florida famously does that with helicopters. Famously does that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And once they mark you as speeding, they have to follow your car until that next off ramp where that police officer will pull in behind you, and then he has to give you a citation and identify you. If they don't. If the one that's following you in the aircraft, if he pulls off before that guy gets you pulled over, you can get that thrown out of court. And both of them have to show up to court to prosecute you.
Yeah.
I got nailed by one of those in Tampa a long time ago. I was actually still in college back then, so I got nailed by one of those. It wasn't an airplane. It was just a cop, a highway patrol, sitting on an overpass. They had two lines painted on the shoulder, and he allegedly timed me between the two lines and pulled me over. And I said, wait a minute, how do you know? I mean, I could see where you would be able to see clearly when my front end passed over the first line, which is like here. I'm trying to do this on the screen, like
right,
like here. But how could you see a quarter mile down the road where exactly my front bumper passed the second line? Because you're up here and I'm down here. How do you know where the front end of my car was? You know, I mean, the angle was all
There's
wrong.
no way.
I took him to court, and God bless him, he showed up, and I said to the judge,
crazy.
How could he see where the front end of my car was when he's still parked up here and I'm now down the road a quarter mile? Where's my bumper?
Yeah, if you're sitting in a cruiser, there's no way you can see that. Even if you're sitting in a 30-foot tower, you can't see that.
They have a similar thing here with
that's
the
a
timing
guess.
people. You have to be from this area, I guess, to know what SRS is, but Savannah Riverside, it's where they used to make all the nuclear bombs. They don't make nuclear bombs there anymore. It's a storage facility for spent plutonium now, but
allegedly,
it's a very, very secretive area. There's really no telling what they do there, but the public, it's huge. I mean, huge. And so there is a public road that goes basically right through the middle of SRS. That you don't have to work there, you know. To get from point A to point B. Sometimes SRS is so huge, it would take you like 2 hours if you had to drive around it. So they have a road that you can go through. But when you enter the SRS plant, there's a gate. And you show your ID, and they ask you what you're doing, and you say, I'm just going to Allendale, which is the county on the other side, and they let you through. And it's a straight road. There's no stop signs, there's no red lights, there's no intersections, there's no turnoffs. It's nothing but a straight road right through the woods. Every 50 feet or so, they have signs. Do not stop your car for any reason. Do not pull over to the side of the road for any reason. They got the silent helicopters out there, the black ones. You know what I'm talking about? The stealth helicopters that they say don't exist. They have them out there. So anyway, you go to the gate, you show your ID, they let you in. Well, same thing when you come out the other end. There's another gate, and you have to stop at the other gate. I don't remember what the speed limit is there, but let's say it's 45. Well, they know how long it takes to get from gate to gate at 45 miles an hour. Let's say it's 20 minutes. If you get to that second gate in 15 minutes, they give you a ticket for speeding. What do you think about that, Brett?
I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
It is.
It sounds like a way. It sounds like a way to do nothing but fleece people out of their money. That's what it sounds like to me.
In college, not for long, about 6 months, I worked as a runner at a law firm, carrying legal documents from place to place. And I had to go to Allendale County one time to drop off a legal document at the courthouse, and I had to go through SRS to get there. And they got me with the ticket on the back end, and I had to pay the damn ticket.
That's ridiculous.
I didn't go to court and fight it. I mean, I was 20 years old, and it was an $85 ticket or whatever it was. But it sounds like older. I look at that and I go, man, that's not right. Like, if they don't see you speeding, like, but anyway, I don't know. I don't even know if they still do that, but that was the case back then.
So in all my time of being a police officer, I never wrote a single ticket for speeding outside of a school zone because it's absolutely pointless. You pull somebody over, they already know why you pulled them over. They already kind of wound up. And basically the reason to pull you over for speeding is either to write you a citation for revenue for the department, for the county, or the city, or it's to find out if you have any secondary offenses that could result in an arrest. A lot of police officers are out there writing tickets because they're told that they need to generate revenue, but there's no such thing as a quota. Police officers do not have a quota. That's a total myth. But they are sometimes told that you need to generate revenue if you can on certain areas. Now, usually what ends up happening is you get a complaint from civilians that, we're seeing an increase in speed out here. We're having multiple car wrecks due to speed, excessive speed. And so then we're told to patrol that area and write some citations to help generate kind of a feeling of law enforcement in that area. But I would pull somebody over. I'd have a conversation with them. Where are you going? What are you doing? The reason I pulled you over is because you're doing, X amount and
none of your business. None of your business where I'm going. Where are you going?
Which is fair. Which you can certainly say that. That's not a problem. I mean, and some people do, but most people just want to carry on a cordial conversation, because whenever you get somebody who they give you conflicting information, you can sometimes find out that they don't know where they're going. They're just following a GPS and they're running drugs. And that's usually the indication as to why somebody won't give you an answer. Now, there are people that say, I don't want to talk to you. I don't answer your questions. Here's my driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. Fine. If everything checks out, have a good day. But what you usually find out is that somebody, if you ask them where they're going, what they're doing, and they get super nervous, like not regular nervous, but like super nervous, something's up. And you can ask a few more questions, which they don't have to answer. And you can find out a lot more information about what's going on. Sometimes you'll have a guy with, 4 or 5 other people in the car, and these people really don't want to talk to you, and that's fine. But if you find out that there is somebody in this group that doesn't look like they belong there, like you have like a 10-year-old girl riding around with a bunch of dudes, and then none of them look like a dad or a cousin, you're like, everything okay here? Everything okay here? And then she kind of gives you the look, something's up. And so that you can, I guess the best way to explain it is that after you've done it for a while, you kind of understand who just wants to be left alone and who's actually doing something wrong. Yeah. So you talk to somebody and they're like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. You've pulled me over. You've wasted my freaking time. Okay, this person's probably not really doing anything wrong.
Did you ever pull someone over and their kids just cried the whole time?
Where are you going?
Yeah. Well, I was going wherever you were going, sir, because you were speeding. So, have I ever pulled somebody over that was what?
When their kids just wouldn't shut up crying.
Dude, I have pulled people over where their kids were crying until I got to the car. And I hate when people would do this. This would drive me up a wall because it would happen in grocery stores, it would happen in gas stations, it would happen at the mall, it would happen everywhere. They would say, "Now you be nice, or that police officer is going to take you to jail." Please don't tell them that. My God.
I've heard that in stores before. It's like,
golly.
It's like, really, you're going to teach you're socializing your children to be afraid of cops instead
be
of
scared of them. Yeah,
be respectful of cops. It's like,
so usually what I would say is that you can be any kind of person you want to be, but so long as you don't break the law. I'm here to help you. I'm here to protect you. But if you break the law, then I'm really looking for bad guys that are breaking the law. Are you going to break the law? No, sir. Oh, then we can be friends. And so, I mean, it turns a corner. Yeah,
man,
and I would hate that.
It's good to hear that there's good cops, man. A lot of people don't think there are, but there are.
One of my favorite videos that I ever saw on YouTube, and I hope y'all have seen it or will try to go find it. It was in Gainesville, Florida, which actually had nothing to do with why it's a favorite video of mine, but it was a Gainesville. It was a GPD officer, and he was in a neighborhood in a part of town where it's majority African American, and he's a white officer, and he pulls off to the side of the road. He gets out of the car, and there's a group of black teenagers playing basketball.
Saleen, is the one with Shaq?
And all he did, and everyone was thinking when the video was shot, oh, he's going to rouse these kids and everything. And somehow he gets I think somebody passed him the ball or something like that. He starts shooting hoops with them. And he's actually not bad. You know, he actually can.
That actually happens all the time. There's cops that buy shoes for kids. There's cops that buy clothes for kids. There's cops that play basketball. There's cops that get some foot races. Because to be honest with you, most of the time, like if you're conducting an investigation, you're not going to get very far if you don't have the help of the public, and the police know it. So they're usually out there most of the time trying to make an impact in neighborhoods. Now you see them on the highway running traffic, that's different. But in neighborhoods, they're usually a little better.
Saleen, do you have anybody waiting like in the back?
What? No.
No, I was trying to get in, but I couldn't get in.
I'm actually trying. I'm actually almost 3 hours into the stream, and I got.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta take Lou Jr. to soccer practice. I didn't realize it was just damn late. I literally have to go right now. Love you guys. Thanks, Saleen.
Later,
Lou. Thank you. I gotta wind it up. I gotta start cooking dinner. I mean, I got.
You can't cook. Ramen noodles don't count.
Why is it you always gotta cook? When was the last time someone cooked a meal for you?
Man, popcorn don't take but a minute.
Because I'm a better cook than everyone else I know.
But no, I was trying to get in earlier to ask Brett questions, but I can never get in. But I can wait for another time.
No, fire away. Go ahead.
No,
all right. Well, I'm bound out. I'll see y'all next time.
Thank you, Val.
No problem.
Ray, if I'm not mistaken, weren't you an MP just like I was also?
Yes.
Anyway, because I was saying, have you ever had? Was you also a regular officer or just an MP?
I was an MP and I was a deputy sheriff.
All right. Have you ever had reports where you doing a search, they hit, but you can't find it, but yet later on, the same vehicle gets hit. I mean, they couldn't find it, but there was a hit. How many times have you actually seen drugs inside of a gas tank before?
I've never seen drugs inside of a gas tank before, but I have seen some pretty creative places. A lot of times on the console, inside the console, like people will pop off trim and stuff like that. But the most creative place I've ever seen somebody put drugs was actually heavily taped and plastered to the inside of a car rim.
Yeah, and that's a lot of. It seems like now a lot of officers, that's the first place they're going to shoot for, is around the gas tank or their or the tires they're going to tow it in and stuff like that, because you can tell the weight and stuff like that easy. But another thing, Go ahead, Brett.
The second most creative place I've ever seen anybody hide it was they took a baggie and they made it so that whenever they closed the washer fluid cap, that it caught the edge of the baggie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sitting in. Yeah. There's some slick people out there.
That's slick.
How many times have you had swallowers before?
I think I've only seen that maybe 3 or 4 times. It really wasn't a lot. It's hard to tell the ones that are like swallowing edibles, because if they have a high tolerance, they can just act like they're tired, so it's really hard to tell.
What about the other way?
That's called suitcasing. And
the other way.
I wouldn't know if any of them tucked it, because I don't go looking. That's not my job.
Yeah, that's a job for CEOs once they get in jail.
Yeah, that's a job for in processing. That's not my job. If they want to tuck suitcase, then that's on them.
Have you ever had to draw and fire before, Brett?
Have I ever had to draw and fire? Not ever draw and fire. I have had to draw my weapon.
I had to do that once before and stuff, but no, I was just wondering. Like that, I had to draw and fire one time. And when I was at Fort Bliss, I wasn't going to wear my vest that day, but some told me to go ahead and put it on. I'm glad I did, because it was a stop, and come to find out there was drugs in the car, and they fired it. And if I wasn't wearing my vest, it would have been sit or mash, and I'm not here today.
Well, thank God for small favors, right?
Yep, not bad.
Okay.
So, hey, all right.
Does that answer your question? Does that answer the question?
Food.
I will.
Yes,
I'll make a video about some food.
Man. I gotta wrap this up. I'll make sure he got his question answered, but
yeah, we're good.
I gotta wrap her up, so I gotta kick you all out of here.
We'll do longer streams sometimes. See you guys.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Big Dog Brett giving us the law enforcement officer perspective on a lot of things. I always appreciate that. Sometimes I forget that Brett was an LEO at one time, but good dude. Got some good perspective on things. Anyway, I got talk about suitcase, and man, Jesus, this stream will go to some great places. I gotta say that's some places that I never thought we'd ever go to, but that's cool. Anyway, I'm going to close down the stream. I appreciate everyone who's been on here. Don't know where to go from there, but say thank you all for spending another Wednesday afternoon with me. Episode number 68 in the books. I appreciate it. Anyway, y'all have a good rest of the evening. Say some prayers for Keith, the Big Vol Daddy, BVD. Be well, man. Fight like hell to get back to us. We miss you. Y'all be good. Keep BVD in your prayers. Thank you, everyone who was on the stream. Thank you, everyone who was in the StreamYard with me. We'll see you again next week. Peace. Be good.